This is my show.
Did it stop? It was me.
Yeah.
It was me.
It stopped now.
That was me all along, Austin. Me all along.
I'm sorry.
This is why we have an intro.
Intros, man. We don't do those. We can't afford those. Here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're fucking poor.
What up, everyone? Oh my god, I'm sorry. I was trying to eat and get all technical difficulties fixed all in the span of literally 5 minutes.
All of you new subscribers who just recently joined this channel are just like, oh wow, this is not going to work.
They're already out of here.
It's
over. But anyways, guys, this is the official first episode of 2REAL4FEELS podcast, where we don't give a fuck.
Episode.
No, hold on. Where we do not give a fuck about your feelings. Okay, I think that's the important thing. And this is crooked. Hold on. See, crooked. It's just, bro.
It's the second episode, not the first. Don't listen to her.
It is the first episode was the pilot episode. Okay, do you not understand how television works? Look, I don't really watch television like that anymore, but I at least understand the basics of how television works. If you're gonna have a show, you gotta have a pilot episode. Okay, this feels more like a pilot episode than the last one, given how it started. But hey, we're here now.
It's like when I had episode 0 of the Barroom podcast. That's what this last week was. Now this episode
called it
1.
0 and not a pilot though. Okay, because I don't know what's wrong with you. But anyway, we got a show today, homies. Normally, so the original plan for this was to make it a every other week podcast. But this week there was so much stuff to talk about. It's like, if we don't talk about it now, we're gonna lose it. It's just too much shit. Like, this is a whole episode we have here. So I'm like, man, why not? Let's do it. It'll be fun. But I do have a panel with me, my good homies. To the side of me, we have Society. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing great.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Echo going.
There is an echo.
No.
Ow.
Oh no, it's fixed now.
Thank you, sir. But what have you been up to lately? How's life?
Life's doing well. I mean, it could do a lot worse given the situation, but I've basically been busy writing up a lot of stuff, watching a lot of movies, going to the gun range, shooting some things. So yeah.
Hey, we support that here. We support the Second Amendment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look, I came out and said that I carry the equalizer, because that is literally the equalizer between man and woman. All right, so yeah, that's how I feel about that. And
my gun shop had a 12 gauge for like $250. I almost walked away with it. So
damn, I wonder what convinced you not to. That's that sounds good right about now.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, that besides, the ammo is probably like $50 a box right now. So that's the other thing you have to look at.
50.
I mean, I've seen it worse.
$200.
Out here, 9mm at one time was like $100 for like 50 rounds. It was insane.
Last year it was pretty bad, because when crime started going on all around the fucking country, because our what was it, the defund the police policies went into effect, so then crime skyrocketed, and everyone was trying to buy a gun at the same time. Like, the price for like a 9mm bullet, like some places you couldn't even find them because they were completely sold out. But it calmed down a little bit after that. But yeah, it's perfect time to stock up on some more ammo.
Always a good time. It's never not a good time. All right. Yeah. If you want to just have fun, practicing, or there's a real threat to your life, it's never not a good time to get some ammo. But to the bottom of me, we got the homie Ozzknot. Ozzknot, how you doing? What's going on? How's life, sir? Please inform us.
What's up, you scumbags? What's going on?
YOLO.
Yes, yeah, that was great insight into your life as of the current day.
Yeah,
thank you.
Scumbags everywhere.
And then, last but certainly not least, we have the homie TJ Combo Jr. Sir, how's it going? How's life?
Formerly TJ Combo Jr. It's now TJ Combo X now.
There you go. Yes, please correct me, because I failed right
there.
The
artist formerly known as.
Doing well.
Formerly.
Ready to talk about these topics. It's definitely been a good week. It's definitely been a good week.
yeah, it's like, why not? Like, why not? It's all here. So I'm glad that things is interesting, because for a while it was kind of like a drought of information. People on Twitter were going crazy, and yeah, because there was no information. Now they've been fed. They're going crazier, just in a different way. They've been fed with new information. But just want to give a shout out to the chat. We got BC. He wants to talk about GTA 6, and I do want to talk about GTA 6, but that is the big topic towards the end of the show. Lewis also wants to talk about that. So, what's up?
Let me ask just a quick little question since we're on this podcast. Why are we not live on both YouTube and Twitch simultaneously?
Man, cause look, bro, we ain't got funding here. What you think this is?
Oh, yeah, okay. Well,
what you think?
I'm sorry, Choco Chocolate.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Are we under maintenance for you?
I'm the only person. I'm the only person that actually pays for this godforsaken thing, so I forgot.
Oh shit! Yeah, you run the place, hey. But shout out to Lewis. We got the homie Hustle and Motivate. He definitely is a motivator, man. He's a good dude. He does YouTube and Twitch, so if you like retro gaming and stuff, he's definitely all about that. And yo, we're doing good. Everything's cool, thankfully. I just had my birthday yesterday, and that was cool. And everything's just been mad chill. Oh, thank you. Happy birthday, right? Oh, we're gonna sing happy birthday. And no future 4K. Yes, that is another homie right there. Gang. I respect it. And Higuma, I believe is how it's pronounced. They're glad to be here for the first or at least second podcast. 2 podcasts straight, man. I really appreciate you coming through. That is awesome.
Goomba.
Yes, and the homie, Christian. He's here making fun of how his mom probably yells at him since he's Puerto Rican. But yeah, that's the homies right there. I fucks with him. We play games together. He's the youngest one of the crew, of the gate kept crew. So
keep those gates closed, or else weirdos are gonna take over your franchises and ruin them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, no joke. And Gotti's a cool person. He be in the comments of my videos. He's definitely a chill person. Definitely good to see you here. And I just want to say, like, my channel blew up yesterday. I'm not going to lie. So first off, I just want to say thank you for everyone that's rocked with me. Shit, what is it, like 9 to 10 months now? They've been here, like, and all the people that have joined in between. But also big shout out to a bunch of the new subs that came through and you liked what I got to say. And I really do appreciate everyone that has supported the channel. That is, honestly, I get shocked. Like I was saying, how like every time like a video on my channel blows up, my first reaction is just to immediately be scared, like I did something wrong. I can't, like, because when my first video,
go get a bunch of like purple hair weirdos yelling at you now. Is that what you're thinking?
Not even that. It's just like I'm so used to just my privacy. Like that's just something that's been important to me forever. But when I decided to make content, it's like it was like a conscious decision with myself to give that up essentially. So when I get attention, I'm not used to it. When like my first, I'd say the first video that I had that really blew up was a video talking about what was it? The Cowboy Bebop live action. Yeah. And how that shit got like 10,000 views. And I was like scared. I was literally scared because I wasn't used to that. But like, I really do appreciate everyone that really contributes. And yeah, I'm glad to have the panel here. I really do appreciate you guys as well. Overall, I'm thankful for everyone. Yes, I'm thankful for everyone. I never forget the people that help me and that are just cool, man, at the end of the day. But we're going to get to the topics. So it's going to go essentially, we're going to talk about entertainment. Like we're going to basically talk about wrestling. Then it's going to go into new announcements in regards to television and film, and then we're going to talk about video games. So I typically like to leave the video games for last because that's my go-to thing. So first thing we're going to talk about is wrestling because it is crazy, but Vince McMahon is gonzo officially from WWE. I thought
the genetic jackhammer is gone.
I thought this dude would die.
This is why you don't go public. This is why you don't become a publicly traded company. If he was still a private company, this would be a complete non-story.
Thank you, Hustle. I really appreciate that, bro.
The balls the size of grapefruits.
Now, real quick, before we get started on this one, do you want to give your buddy Gat one last chance?
Yeah. Gat.
All right, let's see.
Go. We love Gat's thoughts and opinions. So, what the hell is that?
Are you summoning demons now? What are you doing?
What is that?
What are you?
He's like in the back. He's like in the back of a concert venue right now, trying to get on the phone. That's the only spot where you can get.
It's like Slayers in the background.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like
the important question.
What is dead, bro? No.
Jeez. You're gonna have to keep yourself muted, bro. You sound crazy right now.
It sounds like RoboCop, bro.
I mean,
I like it.
At least he's slowly getting better. At least he's getting better.
We're making progress.
Yeah,
one step at a time.
I'm not hearing an echo. That's a pretty big deal. Because his echo was crazy, bro.
He'll get it together by episode 5.
Yeah.
You might still have control behind the scenes. I don't know. I think it's completely off rails at this point. But getting to the topic. No, go for it, Society. What's up?
Okay, so here's what's going on with Vince McMahon. It's that, obviously the whole situation with the quote unquote hush money, that, like I said, if you don't know the story, he slept with a bunch of women consensually. It wasn't like he forced these guys to sleep with him, because let's be honest, some of these women, you don't have to twist their arms to get them to sleep with a billionaire. So let's pretend like that there was
they're called ring rest for a reason.
Exactly. So let's not pretend like there's any actual crimes here. Like they chose to sleep with a billionaire who was the owner of the company, and then he paid them. Basically made them sign an NDA. Then gave them money to shut the fuck up and whatnot. But one of the NDAs leaked, and it came out to this whole thing where it's like, oh no, he's taking advantage of all these women. Blah blah blah. The only real crime here was whether he used his personal money or company money. Now, allegedly he used his own money, but they're trying to say now that no, he should have labeled that as company funds. So that's where they're trying to get him by saying that, well, it should have been listed as company funds, even though it's like, oh, okay, well, you're basically trying to play the semantics game now. But he's gone, so his idiot daughter and his doofus son-in-law are now ruining the company. Ruining the company, you can also say as well. Stephanie is now the co-CEO with Nick Khan. We'll see how that shit goes. And then Triple H is now in charge of creative and talent development, which means that he's in charge of hiring people who are going to be the next stars of WWE's future, which means that WWE might possibly be fucked. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, look, the way I see it, I think WWE's done. I think that this is pretty much the beginning of the end. There's a lot of people out there that are like, oh no, Triple H is gonna turn things around. It's like, yeah, he'll waste the next 3 to 5 years trying to re-sign all the people who left this company who couldn't beat AEW 3 years ago, and then that's gonna be
if he could do the same thing that he did in NXT and make it. He made a lot of success in NXT. If he could bring that,
but here's the question: Did he really? Because in NXT, I think they only hit 1 million viewers once, and then it was steadily downhill from there.
Well, that's because of a McMahon that that killed his talent before he fucking couldn't even do anything.
I mean,
every person whoever got called up died.
I mean, you could probably say that with a couple of guys, but I mean, let's be honest. Guys like Adam Cole were never going to be a superstar. I mean, he's been in AEW for a year, and what has he done? So there's certain guys who are on that.
He's not a McMahon guy. Like you know McMahon, the tan buff and tough. You know, if he can't jerk off to him, you don't want to see him.
But like I said, like some of these guys are probably never going to be stars to begin with. Like the idea that guys like let's just throw out a name just to throw people under the bus. Jonathan Gresham, for instance, who complained that he had to give up his Ring of Honor championship, which means absolutely nothing, to Cesaro over the weekend. Even though the dude's like 5'2" and 160 pounds, he thought that he was going to be this big hotshot megastar and shit. It's like, dude, you're barely taller than Gary Coleman. It's like, I don't know what company you thought you were going to be.
That is true.
But you're never going to be a superstar.
Yeah, one of these things doesn't look right there. I wonder which one.
Here's the thing. So I think the reason why NXT didn't get off the ground is for reasons that I don't think are necessarily Triple H's fault, because they had NXT stuck on the WWE network when that existed for years before they decided to bring it to television.
It did great. It did great on the network.
But the thing is, you were basically limiting its potential to grow. And then when they decided to bring it over, it was just simply to compete with AEW. When it's like, if you would have just had it on, the on cable beforehand, it would have grew its audience, and any potential, like in terms of competition with AEW, it would have already had an audience, and AEW probably would have had a way harder time growing. The second issue that I believe is also Vince McMahon's fault is the fact that every time a superstar grew in NXT, it's like, okay, well, you're done here. You're going to the main roster now, where we're going to kill your entire fucking career. And those are two things that are linked. Those two things are linked to Vince McMahon's decision making, unfortunately. So I think that NXT, honestly, we can only speculate at the end of the day, but I think that NXT's inability to grow was more so on Vince than on Triple H. Because to be honest, as someone who I prefer like decent storylines that aren't bombastic, just enough to create a feud and go with it. And I like the hardcore wrestling style, or just dedicated wrestling style that NXT had. And I think Triple H really had something great going there, but every time you had characters that built traction, it's like, okay, well, we're taking them now. And you know why? Grow an audience like that.
You follow Dusty's blueprint. You follow Dusty Rhodes' blueprint. You think, well, that works. I'm going to do it. I'll implement it to this. That's what he did.
What up, Trey? How's it going?
Here's the problem. There's two problems with the NXT WWE connection. One is that, like you said, it's a system failure. Is that you can't bring guys up to the main roster when the boss of the main roster has no idea who these guys are, because at that point,
he doesn't at all.
He did at NXT. If Vince hasn't seen you, if he's only seen you for the first time, you get to the main roster, everything you did in NXT means absolutely nothing to begin with.
He's like, who are you?
The second problem is that there was a lot of shit lost in translation, because NXT was a show that only placated to the most hardcore of WWE's fan base. It was people who only watched Ring of Honor and New Japan and Impact, who even knew who these people were.
It was like a ninja show.
Exactly. But then you bring them up to the main roster, and you don't give anyone any idea who these people are. So it's like you bring up Johnny Gargano or Tommaso Ciampa to the main roster, and people who clearly only watch Raw or SmackDown, don't watch NXT, have no idea who these people are. So which makes it even harder for them to get over with the crowd, because it's like in their defense, it gives you a reason why to get the network. Well, if I got the network, I know who these people are, so I'm going to go subscribe to the network, and then I'm going to watch the product.
Yeah. There's definitely white noise in your background again.
You fucking ghost.
It's slightly more improved. Oh my god. I really want Gat here because he always has good insight on everything.
Is the echo still present?
It's like white. It's like a bit of white noise, and you sound extremely low.
Are you at a dive bar right now? Because it sounds like you're at a dive bar.
Dude, I'm in the middle of the fucking woods right now.
Oh my god! No wonder why you're having a problem.
He's fighting a Blair Witch. That's what he's doing right now.
I'm fighting Sasquatch. I'm fighting the Trailer Park Boys, and I'm fighting all the interns that Rockstar fired.
Damn. Yeah. But Dre says he loves the wrestling talk, and he's happy that Triple H is back taking over creative directions. To be honest with you, I think. Here's my personal opinion. I love Triple H's basically the way he runs things. I do. Do I think that's necessarily going to translate well across 3 different shows, or at least SmackDown and Raw? I don't think so, because it works in a very small setting like NXT, something that's really small in comparison. But do I like it more than Vince? Yes, because I think Vince's shit is way too overly produced. I personally hate it. I think that Triple H, when he does storylines, typically they are seen through to the end for the most part. Whereas with Vince, sometimes he'll start something, and then next week, we're going to drop this entirely. And it's like, but you started something here. It's like, do you not understand how television is supposed to work? I understand this is a whole different, wrestling is different from traditional television, but you want to tell storylines like how television is, and Vince would
It's
just
like,
do whatever the
motherfucker,
fuck he
you
wants to
created
do.
the show. You should know how your show runs. You've been doing it for fucking decades beyond decades.
Yeah, there's no cohesion under Vince, and it's just like Vince doesn't really understand, you know, how to adapt to times. I don't think that he should necessarily cater to a modern audience per se, but you gotta be, if you're not gonna do that, which I don't think that you necessarily should, because modern audiences are honestly stupid, but you have to at least be cool about it. Like, everything Vince would do would just come off extremely corny to me, and I couldn't watch it.
Now that's a problem too, because on the one hand you have a guy like Vince that's completely out of touch. But then you also got guys around there like Paul Heyman who will go too far the other way to be quote unquote in with the crowd or whatnot. Then will start getting a lot of that modern garbage that you don't want that's in there too. So with Vince being gone, I think it fixes a lot of the structural issues between the disconnect with the main roster and their developmental that they've had for years. But if Triple H is under the impression that he can essentially, now that Vince is gone, he can redo NXT from 2017 on the main roster 5 years later, I think that you're going to end up losing more people than you're going to gain.
Don't forget, it's not just Vince that's gone now. John Laurinaitis is gone. All the S-men are slowly being liquidated and being gone.
Structurally, it's going to improve. But the question is, like, now that you've gotten all the noise out, you still have to have a creative direction moving forward. And you can't look back at what you did 4 or 5 years ago and try to recreate that. You're essentially just going to be wasting your time and possibly lose viewers along the way. Now, here's the question that I have for you guys. This is something that I thought about. We talked about a little bit earlier. Now, what no one's really talking about right now is that Vince is gone from the creative duties and his day-to-day operations. He's still the majority owner of the company. And any sale of WWE has to go through him. What if Vince says, well, you know what? If you guys are going to push me out, fuck all you guys. I'm selling this thing to NBC Universal, and you're all going to be out of jobs in the next year. Like, if Vince McMahon is the type of guy, he'd be like, if I'm going down, I'm taking this whole fucking thing down with me.
Yeah,
exactly. So what happens when that shit goes down?
Apparently, from what Stephanie said, that he has no ties to the company. He has, like, money-wise, financial-wise, he does, but he makes no decisions anymore.
No, he's still the majority owner of the company. Yeah, so if Disney or NBC Universal says we'll buy WWE for $5 billion, he can pretty much say, "Oh yeah, we'll buy it." And then here's the thing: because they're a publicly traded company, if a company like that did say, "Here's $5 billion to buy WWE," they would have to take that deal, or they would be in trouble with their shareholders. So if Vince really wanted to sell the thing, he could just sell it outright and fuck everybody over. If you think it's bad now, just wait till fucking Disney or NBC executives are running the show.
It'll be Disney.
Gat, do you have anything to add to this?
If Disney owns that, you'll have every Star Wars character in that fucking ring every week, just in stupid costumes.
Can I just?
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to see a miniature luchador Yoda. That's it.
Oh my god. Hold on one second. Gat, if you can, is it possible for you to mute yourself if you're not talking? Because it is a lot of background noise. I would appreciate it, because it is like a little bit like extra. But, you know, when you want to chime in, you can unmute yourself. It's completely fine. So you want a luchador Yoda? Is
midget.
That really?
Midget. Oh luchador midget Yoda.
So here's what I've heard, and I've heard this for years, is that WWE is trying to build a Hall of Fame and a building at Universal Studios in Orlando right now. They want to have a physical Hall of Fame and their own studio in Orlando. So this would be the perfect time for a company like NBC Universal to buy WWE, and then what they'll do, they'll take WWE off the road, they'll move the entire operation down to Orlando and make WWE Raw and SmackDown part of their theme park attraction. Be like, hey, you want to go see your favorite WWE superstars live? Come to Universal Studios. Make it part of the ticket. They'll basically turn it into what they did with TNA for so many years back in the day.
Oh, God. That shit is fucking horrible.
Go there for that.
You'll have somebody in stilts walking around pretending to be Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I can't imagine who would actually do
Being
that.
fucked with a great collie, scaring kids away. Do it.
Jeez. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that wrestling is going down the toilet either way. Either if Vince, is there, if he's not. I just don't think there's room to grow especially when it comes down to the fact that the wrestling audience is just some of the worst audience, period. They are just some of the most toxic people.
I mean, the audience is only getting smaller. It's not growing. I mean, WWE probably has about
small too.
WWE only has about 2 million active television watchers in the U.S. right now. Like even AEW is like under 1 million, and then all these other companies you never heard of get like 200,000 at the most. So I mean, it's not like this pie is getting any bigger. It's getting smaller.
Exactly, and there's no signs of any true resurgence. People for a little while jumped on the AEW bandwagon, but a lot of them kind of just don't really give a fuck. It was like the go-to thing at the beginning because they were just spitting in the face of WWE, and that's what made it cool to tune in, the fact that they were. But as time goes on, they proved not to be counterculture, which is what I was personally interested in them for. Now it's just like, well, secretly we kind of just want to be WWE, and we'd probably even work with them if we had the opportunity. It's just like, this is not counterculture. You're just another one of the same. So what is the fucking point? That's how I felt about it. That's why I don't care anymore.
There's also one more elephant in the room with this whole WWE situation. Is that everyone has now attached their hopes and dreams to Triple H. Like he's going to save the company. He's going to turn around developmental and creative and run all 3 shows by himself. And we've forgotten that this is the same man who just suffered a massive heart attack last year and almost died. So now we're gonna throw on the stress of trying to run 3 shows simultaneously and be the fucking the VP of talent relations all at the same time, just overnight, and then we're supposed to believe that this company is gonna get that much better. It's like Triple H might die in the next few years, and that has nothing to do with his current job at the WWE. I mean, we are talking about someone who, like I said, suffered massive heart failure just a year ago and was out of commission for like 6 to 8 months, just trying to recover from that.
Yeah, it is scary that they are putting so much pressure on this dude, and it's like, I don't want to act like I doubt Triple H, but man, you're only human at the end of the day. It's a lot on anybody. I mean, Vince couldn't even run these shows, and he has so much. He was so obsessed with having all this grip on everything, and the more he tried to prove that he's not human, that he is God of wrestling, the more it kind of just fell apart in the end. And it's like with Triple H, I mean, I don't know if Vince has health issues, but I know, Triple H, like you said, he's dealing with some massive health issues. This is a lot on anybody.
Yep.
Which is a shame, because if you look back over the past years, after watching NXT and WWE, you can clearly tell the storylines in NXT are more favored based off of what Triple H contributed. And it's unfortunate because I think he would have did a lot of good in WWE with Vince's leaving. And society, to answer your question, I think Vince is way too prideful that he would ever sell the company. WWE is his life force. That is a company that he fought with Ted Turner back in the day.
Yeah, I mean,
but if he's not going to be a part of it anymore. I mean, like I said, don't forget that this is one of the most spiteful men in the history of professional wrestling. So,
you got to think about this too. It's a different McMahon. Back then, he actually gave a shit and fought for it. Nowadays, he don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck about wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not, here's the thing. I thought one of 2 things would happen with Vince: either he would die doing this, or he would sell it off. I don't feel like. I feel like either he has to have full control, or it just has to go away to whoever entirely. That's how I felt about it for a while. So the fact that he stepped down, it's like you have to wonder what they got on this dude for him to step down like that, because we know exactly how prideful Vince is and how much he has gotten away with in the past.
You know what?
I'm pretty sure.
Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure the family knows some shit too, because Steph like, okay, Dad, sell it. Go ahead. I'll fucking tell the next buyers what the fuck you did to the company. Get the fuck out of here. I'm pretty sure she knows some shit.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gat. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, wasn't there some type of story where female wrestlers were coming up and saying how Vince used them sexually to pay them millions of dollars to get up in the roster?
Yeah, there's a lot of stories like that, and it's like, to me, I don't feel sorry for these females. You made a decision, unless you were assaulted in any way, shape, or form without consent. I don't care. I'm sorry. It's just you made a decision because you felt as though it would benefit your career, and that's a decision you have to live with. Just because a few years later, or you didn't quite get what you want, and then a few years later, you know, you're feeling bitter about it. I mean, that's your own fault. That's the chance that you take when it comes to that. So I don't care.
I mean, Christy Hemme clearly blew Vince McMahon in order to get a title shot at WrestleMania 21, when she was clearly not ready for any kind of in-ring action whatsoever. So you can't come back here 15 years later talking about, oh, I'm a victim. Like, how?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. And it's the same thing with Hollywood. I have the same thing, like the same stance everywhere. If you fucked around with Weinstein and you're mad about it now and you consented to that shit, guess what? You got to live with the fact that you did what you did with that ugly motherfucker. I'm sorry. I don't care.
The only victims here is people having to suffer through Christy Hemley's wrestling and her mic skills.
And her forehead.
Oh, Vince probably loved that.
Oh my
God, that was his landing
yo.
strip.
I'm surprised he went for her because, I mean, let's be real now. He loves blondes. I'm surprised. I guess it was slim pickings that day.
Come on. You know he went for Jericho. You know it. That's his blonde he liked.
Yeah.
I mean, he did have that gay haircut.
I mean,
he had that Bon Jovi haircut.
Let's not forget Pat Patterson used to be a part of this company not too long ago.
Too, Pat did a lot of patting.
Yep.
Oh my god! Yikes!
I mean, if you want to go back, we can go back to the locker room stories of JBL and the boys.
Yeah, but Trey said Tony Khan can't keep WWE's name out of his mouth. Pause. Pretty much, bro.
Yep.
Just like Pat Patterson can't keep wrestling out of his mouth.
Stephanie McModern, feminist, a big. Oh my god! I'm done.
Probably right.
Now bring that back up. Let's read it.
My YouTube channel is done. It's over.
No, here's the interesting thing too, right? Because you got all this crap going on with Vince, but the story that no one wants to talk about right now is that people have argued over the last year, and I've heard this behind the scenes, that Stephanie McMahon and Triple H have been separated for a while. Because if you notice that they go on these like media tours, and neither one of them are wearing their wedding rings anymore. Which is like, what married couple doesn't wear their wedding rings when they're on the press tours for like other companies?
I don't know, bro. My entire life, I ain't seen my parents wear their wedding bands, and as far as I'm concerned, there ain't no funny business going on.
As far as you're concerned, right? But I mean, yeah. So imagine like those two are like separated, but now they have to like fucking kayfabe everyone else because Vince is going through some shit right now. So they're all trying to pretend like they're going to be the futures of WWE while they got their own problems. They're trying to keep away from the media too. So.
Yeah, I feel like at some point it's just gonna fall apart. Mm-hmm. It's like at this point to me, it's just it's a box that was thrown out on the street and it rained a few times and now it's like all soggy and fucked up and now it's just slowly.
Best case scenario at this point is that the Saudi prince buys WWE and they move all their operations to Jeddah. So that's your best case scenario.
Oh my god,
it becomes Saudi Arabia wrestling.
Big Triple H was where's yeah.
Oh my god, I can't even post one. I'm done with you, BC, too much.
Okay, company. Yeah, well, fuck it. You know what? Tony Khan's just gonna buy everything. Oh my god.
Taylor's topic said, Toxic said Stephanie McMahon having control of the company is long-term storytelling. The alliance finally won.
Yep.
But that's why she's not a part of creative.
Yo, that's a great way to bring back the authority. Oh, who would have loved to see that?
Oh yeah, right.
Just tear it all to the fucking ground at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! Wait, what we got? Oh my god! He literally calls her McModern feminist.
That's the other thing that bothers me too. Is that people talk about, oh, now with Triple H around, they can give Paul Heyman a job in creative. It's like, why? So Raw could be exactly what it was 3 years ago when no one was watching and they were bleeding viewers. Like, did you guys forget about the whole era where Seth, Kofi, and Becky Lynch were champions, and then they transitioned over to fucking Andrade and fucking Theory for like 6 months and made them a thing? But people try to pretend like that era was actually good because Heyman was running. Like, stop lying to yourself.
Nah, and to be honest, I don't know. I felt like I think that was all for show when what's his name, when Paul Heyman and Bischoff were, we're like, I feel like that's just fake.
It wasn't for Bischoff because Bischoff, like 2 months in, was like, fuck this and left. It's just like, I ain't doing this shit.
Yeah.
He knew what the deal was. He was the only, to be honest, well, he's not completely smart because he got involved in the first place, but I mean, money's money. I get that. But he was like, this shit is fucked. It's the Titanic. It's sinking. I'm out this bitch straight up.
No, another thing too, like, so there's like a whole bunch of things going on with this story, but obviously there was a story last week that Brock Lesnar walked out when he found out that this man wasn't going to be a part of the company anymore.
Yeah, he did.
Edge was supposed to be on Madison Square Garden show this week on Raw. It didn't show up. And apparently that has a lot to do with Vince not returning too. This is something that we don't talk about, that a lot of these guys who worked back when Triple H was an active wrestler, they don't exactly have the best relationship with Triple H, but they stayed in the company because they had respect to Vince McMahon. You remove Vince McMahon out of the picture, how many of these guys are going to just completely move away from WWE altogether? Like, is Brock going to be back after SummerSlam? Is he done after SummerSlam? Is Edge want to come back?
So.
He's in the last year of his deal, so he might only do a couple more months and then say, fuck this, and I'm out. What about The Rock? Is The Rock going to come back and deal with Triple H for a match at WrestleMania when he only had respect for Vince? What about John Cena? John Cena was supposed to come back, and he was like, nah, fuck this, I'm out too. Is Cena going to work with Triple H? So
they'll do it. They'll do it for Stephanie. They'll do it for Stephanie.
I don't know if Stephanie's handing out those types of favors these days.
Stephanie's a bitch, but she's heavily liked backstage. So
she's liked backstage by the women, by the women's Revolution wrestlers. They like Stephanie McMahon, not the guys who have been there long enough to know the true Stephanie McMahon. All these women on the roster that love Stephanie McMahon have only been there for a handful of years. Like, the dudes who have been backwards, like the Attitude Era, know who the real Stephanie is.
The only man that actually knows Stephanie McMahon is dead. And that's Macho Man. So
I just
gave her a little more than an elbow drop, you can say.
Yeah. She was snapping his Slim Jim.
Yikes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I guess we should move to the next one.
I mean, basically, Stephanie just came out and said, yeah, my dad's retiring. Thank you, Vince, chance. And that was it. At least from what I saw.
Nobody wanted to do it. Nobody was booing at first. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it's gonna be hilarious. Like in 6 months, when this whole thing dies down and WrestleMania season comes around, and Vince McMahon's like, "I'm back, pal. Yeah, you can't kill me."
That would be crazy if he somehow does come back. I mean, I don't put it past him because of how obsessed he's been with this shit. You know.
I never retired.
This might just be one giant storyline for him to come back at WrestleMania.
No.
Wouldn't that be insane, though?
But think about that. In a few months, you're going to have a 2-night WrestleMania in Los Angeles without Vince McMahon. So you're going to have Stephanie and Triple H running the entire WrestleMania show by themselves for a 2-night
Hey, they got 40
show.
booked. They said they announced they got 40 booked already for Philly. So
I can't do WrestleMania two days. I could barely do it one day. It was an all-day event. Now it's a 2-day event.
Because these jackasses have convinced themselves that, oh, no, 2 days is totally better than having an 8-hour WrestleMania. It's like, how about we just have one show, 3 to 4 hours, and let's go fucking home? How come we can't do that?
Yes.
If you don't make the card, tough fucking shit.
Yeah. Tough shit. Everyone needs to be there.
Yeah, my weekend was this. Saturday night, I'd watch the UFC big pay-per-view. Sunday night, I'd watch the WWE pay-per-view. That was my weekend.
Yeah. And it's just, like, WrestleMania, it's like, you're doing WrestleMania. Why am I sitting here watching fucking squash matches at WrestleMania? You're supposed to have the most bombastic wrestling matches at the biggest wrestling event every year.
The idea is that your biggest storylines of the entire year are going to take place at WrestleMania. So all your creative juices are put into your biggest show of the year, and for some reason we're having like 4-way Divas tag team matches for a belt that's going to get vacated in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
right.
I can't with the whole squash match. It's just you have a 2-day long event and you're giving me squash matches. That's why it's like, get the fuck out of here. I can't take this shit seriously, straight up. But any final thoughts on this situation? You want to talk about Vince's legacy and?
It's over. It's dead. Wrestling's done. Just fucking.
I'll say, listen. Think for a childhood, and I go fuck off my TV.
Treat WWE like a stock. Sell everything. It's over. Get out. Don't get dog coins. Get out now.
John, Vince is like the Titanic on the captain on the Titanic. His fucking ship's gonna sink now. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah, for a final thought on this topic, I would say that if this is not one true big storyline where Vince McMahon just, I'm back! And he comes back marching down that WrestleMania ring with Triple H having his heart condition and Stephanie McMahon taking over for her McMahonisms, no, it's down the tubes.
Dude. Yeah. Well, you haven't said much, TJ. Do you at all care? Or...
No, I don't.
Well, that's about this segment. That's you put the kibosh on that. I think it's time to move on at this point.
It's all about the Dippin' Dots. It's all about
the Dippin' Dots. Not the Dippin' Dots. Oh my gosh! But next up we're just gonna talk about Comic-Con. Basically, Comic-Con happened, and we're gonna just talk about the things that we're interested in, or things that look like complete total piles of shit. So
everything.
Hey, that's
not
how
everything.
You feel. Nothing salvageable there, or
so it was like what, one trailer for John Wick that people kind of liked, and then everything else was just total shite.
Damn. I mean, I'm interested in the John Wick trailer.
The writer for Game of Thrones got COVID at Comic-Con, even though everyone else had to fucking get a vaccine passport just to get in that bitch. So good. Tell you those vaccine passports totally worked.
Yeah, it's like, if maybe you would have had everyone get tested before coming to the event, at least something that's semi-fair. Maybe you'd prevent people that are actually sick from going there, or just not care. Because in the grand scheme of things, they don't care. So it's like either have everyone get the test or no one get the test.
But here's the thing, that the whole bullshit was that, oh no, you have to get vaccinated in order to come, or you can't come to our show. So there was probably some guy who was like quadruple vaccinated who went in there, still had COVID anyway, and got a bunch of people sick, while everyone else has to be like, oh, you got to get a negative test within 72 hours in a Tuesday period, or you can't come to this event. It's like, yeah, good to show you that it all worked out at the end.
Yeah, that's really, well, it's a stupid ass venue. What can I say? But for me personally, the John Wick trailer looked good. The only thing I was confused about is when two individuals, I'll say, were shooting at each other, and apparently they missed every shot. Meanwhile, they were like literally 2 feet away from each other.
Aren't you guys supposed to be good shots?
Yeah, that was confusing to me, but everything else looked, at least in the very least, exciting, and the cast is pretty exciting too. I mean, we got Keanu Reeves, Donnie Yen, Bill Skarsgård, Lawrence Fishburne's returning, Lance Riddick as well is returning. Like, this is, and Clancy Brown. I don't know if you guys remember who that is, but he was the guard in the Shawshank Redemption. He's a really good actor. Oh. Yeah, he was also in that game Detroit Become Human, and he was really good in that as well. But overall, the cast is awesome. I'm excited to see how this turns out. I enjoyed the previous 3 John Wick movies, and hey, if it's entertaining, keep going with it. I'm here to see it, because I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I'm not really interested in any other action related stuff at this point.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, at least where John Wick goes, I like the first movie. I thought the second one was better than the first. The third one was like, okay, you guys are starting to run your course now, so you need to like wrap this shit up. It's like, well, we can't do John Wick 5, 6, or 7, or this is just gonna get played out very fast. So hopefully there's no more after this one, but if this one makes a bunch of money, they'll make another one. So.
Yeah. Okay, you want to say something?
Yeah, not to cut it off. I was going to say, we were talking about one of the 2 individuals. Was it John Wick and a Yakuza guy? were like point blank shooting at each other. Is that the scene you're talking about in the trailer?
Yes. I know that TJ is trying to avoid watching the trailer because he doesn't want any spoilers at all. So that's why I kind of just was vague about it.
Oh,
but yeah.
Well, there you go. There's your spoiler.
Well, I was gonna. TJ, mute yourself. Well, I was gonna say that's a good explanation because the Yakuza guy, he actually has a katana, and it looks like so does John Wick, and it looks like they're actually trying to deflect the bullets off the blades. That's when they're using the blades.
That's what I thought, but I'm like, that just seems
sure
like so unrealistic.
But look at the movies.
I mean, yeah, but this is like, to me, it's like John Wick is like over the top. Don't get me wrong, but it still has at least a semblance of realism. Like at that point, I feel like this is the Matrix. Then that's why I just had a hard time believing that was the case.
I mean, I think there's still a part in the movie, over in the first one, where he goes into a Ukrainian area, and he's taking all these guys at once. They can't just shoot him from afar, like constantly pound bullets, because there are certain bullets that over-penetrate bodies that's used as human meat shows, so there's definitely some very unrealistic things happening in the very first movie. So for them to be using blades in this way, which actually has been proven before, where you can cut a bullet, if it's shot directly at a blade, it can be cut in two. That's been proven before.
Well, remember, at the end of John Wick 2, the ending was, we're going to greenlight John Wick. Everyone on the planet is going to have an opportunity to kill John Wick now because he did a oopsie. So now everyone in the entire world trying to kill this guy. And it's like, okay, well, how much higher can the stakes possibly get after that? Well, how can you keep going forward after you already set it up for the last one to be a conclusion? Now here we are at 4 and possibly 5 after that.
Yeah,
John Wick versus the universe.
Yeah, and it's like, to me at this point, yeah, like when I saw that scene, it's like John Wick's been shot before. These people are both shooting at each other at point blank range. If he could deflect all those bullets with katanas, like why was he getting shot at and they were actually hitting him before? Like, to me, it just didn't feel at all like it was just a little too much.
That's what they always do in movies, though, because when John Wick is just shooting like random no-name people, he always gets them one clean headshot, no effort whatsoever. But when he's in a room with another guy who's a formidable, they start shooting at each other like 12 times, not a single bullet hit. Like, there's no consistency whatsoever in the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that just threw me off. I'm just like, I felt like, yeah, like I don't know. That's just a little too much to me. Now we're entering Matrix territory. I mean, if you want to cross over franchises, that's cool. But who is Keanu Reeves gonna be at that point?
John Wick in space. That's what's gonna happen next.
The fifth movie.
I was gonna say the next one is gonna be him teaming up with Vin Diesel, and they're gonna have a superhero team up in space.
John Wick in a multiverse. Fucking Bugs Bunny's gonna come out and shit.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say again?
Vin Diesel's gonna come in. The dog is family too, and they'll just fight together.
They're my family. Where the fuck they're on?
Yeah, Dre Watson said the first couple movies were good, but it's time to wrap this shit up or they will turn into Fast and Furious. I really don't need that again. Yeah, I'm glad I've avoided the Fast and Furious franchise like the plague. It's almost as though somehow like they've managed to shit out a new one, and then it's like I'm closing my ears, shutting my ears until everyone's over this bullshit. Oh, family this, family that. No, go fuck yourself, fuck your families. I don't want to hear any of this bullshit. Just Can it please be over? It's like going through a roller coaster ride full of needles every time one of these new Fast and Furious movies come out. And wait, did they show a new Fast and Furious movie at this Comic-Con event? I just want to be sure.
No, that movie doesn't come out until next year.
Oh my god, that's one
next year.
That's at least one fucking positive.
Brie Larson's going to be in the next Fast and Furious movie too. So there's
that's just one way to kill a franchise. You know what? I support Brie Larson. I can't wait for her to be in this franchise. If there's one way to kill this motherfucker, that is it. So I'm all in on Brie.
Brie Larson, the incredible thought.
But yeah, is there anything else you guys are even remotely excited about coming out of Comic-Con?
Well, hold on a second, because if you pull up the screen here, there's a whole bunch of stuff here that we can get excited about.
Hold on.
I have one thing. One of the biggest stars of icons they were going to have at Comic-Con was there. A rock and roll legend, people. A rock and roll legend. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Shazam 2? Because personally, let me just say, I don't really care about Shazam 1. I thought it was okay.
Gives a shit.
It was better than the average Marvel movie, but I also wasn't like blown away by it either. I know that a few of my buddies, I know Gat, you really enjoyed the film, right? And I'm sure like a few of my other close friends, my Gatekept friends, actually did enjoy it as well, which convinced me to watch it. So how are you feeling?
It's a good movie.
Did you like the first movie, and are you interested in the sequel? You can go ahead, Society. Just go down the list, I guess. Fuck it. Go down the list.
Well, are you gonna bring it up on the share screen? Because I have one. First of all, as far as Shazam goes, it's like I have no interest in Shazam and his diverse orphan superhero team. So all those people in the background can go fuck themselves. And then I have the closer here, which is the Marvel movies, which they've announced. They've announced Phase 5 and 6. So they've announced their next 2 phases for the course of the next 3 to 4 years. So if you guys love superhero crap, get ready for a whole bunch of it. You're going to get Ant-Man and the Wasp 3, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Loki Season 2, Blade, Agatha and the Coven of Chaos. You have Secret Invasion. Agatha was like a Agatha was like a minor character in WandaVision, and then they're going to give her own show. So get ready for that one. Secret Invasion, Echo, The Marvels, Ironheart, Daredevil, Born Again, The Thunderbolts, Captain America, New World Order with the Black Captain America. Then in Phase 6, you're going to get the Fantastic Four again. You're going to get Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. And you're also going to get Avengers, the Secret Wars. You'll get 2 Avengers movies in 3 years, back to back.
So it's the Daredevil movie.
I don't want to die.
One last thing. You also have 8 missing spots for Phase 6. So there are still 8 more projects to be announced down the line for Phase 6 as well, on top of all the other crap I just gave you. Now you can go.
So is Daredevil going to be a Christian movie because he's called Born Again?
Either that, or he'll just denounce Catholics altogether, because it is Disney, so you have to keep that in mind.
Please just make my suffering end, I beg of you.
Well, will he be gay? That'd be great.
Oh yeah, he'll find. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure like at least like 60% of all these characters in the future are going to be gay. Like they already talked about how Black Panther 2 is gonna have a bunch of black lesbians in that movie, so they'll all be gay. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm pretty sure somebody there.
The first movie sucked anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, they clearly, I don't know what it is with them. They have no interest in visiting good stories in the comic books. It's just the newer stuff that's absolute garbage. And then on top of it too, they want to change how characters are supposed to be in terms of basics. Like, no, like these characters are not mantles. Spider-Man is not a mantle. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Same thing with Thor. Same thing with Captain America. These characters are not mantles. They are iconic. They're long lasting, and they should be as they are.
Well, you see, every superhero who's a white male is going to either have to turn gay, or they're going to have to be replaced by a minority counterpart. So yeah, they'll get rid of transvestite. Yeah, they'll get rid of Tom Holland, and then they'll replace him with Miles Morales. Thor is going to have to turn bisexual, or else he's done. You already got rid of the white Captain America, so we got the black Captain America now. Iron Man's now going to be a black teenage girl, so there's that. You're going to have the Marvels, which are all the Captain Marvel times, which you're going to love them. And everything about this universe is just going to be stupendous.
Oh my God! You know who they're going to get to? They'll probably get fucking Will Smith's daughter to fucking play her. There you go. You're talking
about like Ironheart?
No, the female Iron Man.
Yeah,
Ironheart.
That's Ironheart.
Basically that's just a new comic book character that was introduced within the last 5 years that no one gives a fuck about.
Ironheart.
Yeah, that's apparently your name. I didn't buy that one at that point. I kind of just said, Marvel Comics is a bunch of bullshit, and I'm kind of like over it at that
Sounds
point.
Like weird Care Bear. I'm good.
Worse than that, but Sailor Mercury. Thank you, Sailor Mercury, for coming through. You were one of my most liked sailors. But they said Blade will suck, won't be R-rated. Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
I don't care.
Let me step in and talk about this. So I recently watched Blade 1 and 2 over past weekend. With it being a rated R movie and the type of themes that they touched on and how gratuitous it was in terms of violence and Wesley Snipes being who he is in terms of how he actually studies martial arts and that's a part of his lifestyle on and off screen. And as great as Mahershala Ali is as an actor, I don't see him doing that great of a role being Blade. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, he's a great actor, but he doesn't fit the role to me. People say I'm wrong, but based on just my history of watching movies and what I think of the original series, he's not going to live up to that role at all. And it's gonna go horribly wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fair to say there are some people out there that you can say were born to play certain characters. I think Robert Downey Jr. was born to play Iron Man. I think that Angela Bassett was born to play Aurora Monroe, Storm, which unfortunately is never going to happen now. And I do think Wesley Snipes was born to play Blade. And he clearly
Hugh Jackman
does.
Was born to play Wolverine.
Not really. I mean, I don't mind his Wolverine, but he's not short. So
okay, the dude plays fucking Deadpool. He was born to play Deadpool.
Yeah, well, Ryan Reynolds.
Did you see that Robert Downey Jr. Recently went on Colbert Show to promote eating bugs? Did you see that whole clip circling around the internet?
I didn't watch the clip, but I did see reference to it, and I was like, oh god.
Because part of the New World Order means that you guys have to stop eating meat and start eating bug powder and worms and other stuff like that, because they're gonna take your food away from you, so you have to eat bugs in order to survive. And Robert Downey Jr. is sitting there like a fucking millionaire prostitute talking about, oh yeah, look at these powder bugs. It tastes just like Nutella if you really think about it. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever, jackass.
That shit is horrifying, bro. It's like nobody wants to fucking eat bugs unless they have to. Period. Well, there are some people in third world countries that do eat bugs because unfortunately their situation doesn't allow them much else in certain situations. I am not in a situation, thankfully, where I have to eat bugs, and I intend for my entire lifetime not to fall into that category. My entire life's goal is to not end up eating fucking bugs. So if anyone thinks otherwise, that it's even remotely acceptable, they can kiss my ass.
Well, I say that there's like cricket plants in like Canada and Holland and shit like that where they're mass producing bugs. It's like there's no way whatsoever, no reason whatsoever you would produce that many bugs unless you were down the line going to force people to try to eat them. And now you also understand why they're trying so hard to fight for gun control, because how can you force people with guns to eat bugs? You can't. That's why they want to take it away from you.
Yep.
New World Order, man. That's why they got Captain America, New World Order. NWO.
Not even
New World Order.
But
fucking Hollywood Hogan gonna be in it? Let's do it. Let me tell you something, Captain.
If Hulk Hogan was actually the villain for Captain America 4,
awesome. I'd watch it. Fucking.
I support it.
Watch a fucking like 70-year-old Hulk Hogan drop a leg drop on Anthony Mackie.
I mean,
what you gonna do, brother, dude? What you gonna do, brother, when you watch my new sex tape?
I mean, at least Hulk Hogan is still a more intimidating presence than someone like Robert Pattinson as Batman. Let's be real now.
Well, let me tell you something, Captain America, dude. What you gonna do?
Brother.
What you gonna do when the NWO comes for you?
Like my 20-inch pythons are fucking deteriorating.
Let me tell you something, brother. I don't know about you, but my Captain America is white, brother Jack, dude.
Yeah.
Black Captain America don't work for me, brother.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're six but I'm not.
You know what's gonna be funny? You know what's gonna be funny? If we have like a Booker T cameo, and like he's getting attacked, Hogan is getting attacked. He's like, Hulk Hogan, they're coming for you, nigga.
Exactly. If anyone deserves to be Black Captain America, brother, it's my main man Dennis Rodman. You're not you're not Rodzilla, dude.
Oh, sucky ducky quack quack in this.
I'm fucking dead, yo. Oh my god.
Hulk Hogan and Dennis Rodman are the villains for Captain America 4. I bar that ticket in a fucking heartbeat.
Fucking, you can have Scott Steiner as a fucking character in the Duke. You just gotta. Fuck him.
I support it. At this point, to me, the MCU is so bland that I think this idea is leaps and bounds better in comparison to anything they could pull off these days. But real quick, shout out to Luca. Love her. She's amazing. I was just watching her podcast today. She always kills it. She's mad cool. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for tuning in so far. I hope you guys have been enjoying the show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm more concerned with the things that are being presented than I am excited. And this is crazy because I'm someone that 10 years ago, I would watch every like superhero release and I would find something to like about them. It's like, I feel as though like I have been put through, I don't know, like I've been fucking steamrolled over with this shit and I can't take it anymore. It's like, I'm literally going insane. Every release to me at this point, for the most part, besides a few things, I'm just screaming for help. Please get me out of this fucking loop. Especially with Marvel movies. It just feels like a factory that's looping in circles and circles, and I'm getting like stir crazy at this point. And I'm just wondering when it's gonna end. When I look at this list, it gives me anxiety. Because it's like, you have to understand, this is like a modern day phenomenon. The movie can't just come out and everything is cool. Whenever one of these new fucking movies come out, all you do is hear about it for weeks. And it's like, what is there to even talk about besides the post-credit scene? That's how I feel about it at this point. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't know if you're still excited for any of this stuff. Is there anything on this list? Is there anything on this list anybody here is even remotely excited for?
No, not really. Nah. Like, as much as I would like to see another Deadpool movie, the fact that it's in Marvel's hands means that it's going to be dumbed down and censored, essentially. Even with them saying, "Oh, we're gonna leave it rated R," it'll be a soft rated R movie at the end of the day. So, no, I'm not looking forward to anything that they have down the pipeline.
I don't care about any of this. I mean, they're going to try to hype you up to get excited about this fucking Avengers movie, but it's like all the Avengers is going to be the fucking diversity Avengers from the comic books 10 years ago that you fucking hated. Now they're going to be on the big screen. Like, why would I want to see that shit?
Yeah,
I don't care about female Thor or Captain Marvel or Miss Marvel or I want to see Asian Hulk. Like, I don't care about any of these dudes. So it's like, fuck off.
I don't see Asian Hulk. Let's do it.
I hate every time Hulk is presented because I watched that She-Hulk trailer and Hulk is just this goofy fuck. And I remember David Banner's Hulk. Like, he was a serious dude. And when Hulk came through, like, serious shit was gonna happen. Like, he wasn't fucking around. Whereas now Hulk is just this goofy guy that I hate seeing him. Like,
so that's Bruce Banner. That's Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
So modern is Bruce. Yeah, it's Bruce. But in the original TV show, they named him David Banner. I don't know why.
Bruce was gay. I got it.
Look, Hulk died when Ed Norton no longer worked on the property for Marvel.
I mean,
Mark Ruffalo is a fucking beta, so I mean, it shouldn't be any surprise they turned the Hulk into one too.
All right.
I mean, Hulk got bitched out by Thanos in Infinity War and never fucking recovered. like at all. Like there was no comeback moment for him at all. It's like, no, you just a bitch now.
Yeah, pretty much. He fucking broke his heart.
And,
Yep.
and even things like, for example, they're showing off this X-Men 97 cartoon. And given, I will say that the characters look pretty nice in terms of their design. But at the end of the day, I know that the writer for the show is fucking stupid. They said that they were going to introduce, and mind you, the show is named X-Men 97, as in 1997.
Yeah.
And this writer has immediately came out and said, we're going to introduce modern takes and modern social political issues to this 1997 TV show. So at this point, I just can't take it seriously. I can't. It's a fucking joke to me. Like,
I can't wait. I can't wait for Storm to get shot by a cop. That's gonna be great.
Wow.
That's
God.
gonna be
Put him on the back of the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. And it's like now they're doing this animated show for Spider-Man called Freshman Year, in which is going to tell the backstory to Iron Boy. He's not Spider-Man to me. He's Iron Boy. Like I don't give a fuck about this stuff. It's hard, and it's like it's not like I'm growing.
Get out of here.
It's oh my
Yeah.
fuck up. But look, man, when it comes down to it, you getting too loose. But when it comes down to it,
he's
like
not gay. He's not gay. He's getting pegged by Zendaya. So I mean, don't.
Oh my god! I think the only thing that I was excited to see, one of the few things. Shut the fuck up. So one of the few things I was excited to see was some tradition when they showed off the Street Fighter 6 traditional fucking outfits. Let me see. Guile. We got Guile's OG outfit, Ryu, and Chun-Li. Like, yes, thank you for that, for some of that tradition. I could appreciate that. But I'm just trying, like,
you're dealing with writers who are only concern is how can I turn this around so that that I can get that Wolverine and Cyclops polyamorous love scene where they're both having sex with each other with Jean Grey standing in the background. Like, how can I fit that on my screen? Because that's the representation that I need. That's the representation I care about. And if you don't like it,
Whispers playing in the background.
Yeah.
Someone
to dance again.
Someone please
they're playing
suffering.
They're playing Goodbye Horses in the background during the whole.
So honestly, I can't help but agree with Lewis here. He says it's disgusting that Marvel used Chadwick Boseman's death as a plot device. So can someone please explain to me this like Black Panther 2 trailer? Because I feel like it has no real direction. I feel like the direction is using Chadwick Boseman to get people out to the movie theaters, and also using Angela Bassett's acting talent for a character I personally never cared about. She should have been Storm. Storm could have carried a Black Panther 2 on her own, but Black Panther's mom, I'm sorry, I just don't care personally. I just don't see the direction with the film. Can anyone tell me why, why this is a thing and why they didn't just recast Black Panther and move on?
So for clarity, they did reach out to multiple actors in regards to taking the role, and all of them turned it down. So they turned it down because they wanted to honor Chadwick's. That's basically essentially they're saying this is his role and we don't want to do it. Now, personally, I can't recall his name off the top of my head, but Denzel Washington's son, I know that he was brought up and he declined. So people did, Marvel did try to replace him, and no one wanted to take his place.
And they were like, well, we made almost $2 billion off of Black people a couple years ago, so we can't just not make the movie. So here you go, female Black Panther. Maybe we'll bring back Killmonger too, just for full pandering sake. But we need that money because none of our other movies are doing very well. So here you go, guys.
Yeah, it's like, look, I just don't feel like bringing Chadwick Boseman's passing into this movie helps at all. I just feel like it's purposely, and also another thing that kind of just shows the fact that they're using his Twitter account to promote this film. Like, doesn't that come off as scummy? I mean, am I the only one that feels that way?
I mean,
like,
it's scummy, but you're also talking about a multi-billion-dollar global corporation, so it's not like they give a shit. So.
Yeah, I didn't know that they had done that. Obviously, I don't use social media, so I don't see these things.
So hold on one sec. We got an idiot in the chat. Look, little bunny foo-foo. Like, get out of your feels, bro. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now with a name like that? Look, I don't mind you talking shit about me and my channel, but if you're gonna talk about other people's channels, you can suck one off, okay? You can suck a bunch of them off in hell, okay? Thank you. Or whatever the fuck
what did he say?
I almost want to keep that guy just for that name. Little bunny foo-foo.
Fucking let him in. Are you jumping through the forest?
Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, look, to me, if you come here and talk shit about me, I don't really mind. But if you're going to come here and talk shit about, like, a channel, a viewer that I watch, like Zach Hall, for example, Zach Hall is a cool-ass dude. I fucks with that dude. You can't come here and talk shit about Zach Hall, period. Like, he makes really good content. If you like horror content, definitely check out my boy Zach Hall. He's in the chat. But yeah, I don't like that bullshit. So fuck out of here. But yeah, like, anybody have any other thoughts about Black Panther 2?
His name is John David.
Buddy Foo.
To clear that up, so that is his name. So they did try to contact him in regards to it, and it didn't. Nothing happened. So obviously, Namor was brought into the fold, which someone at my job brought him up to me years ago. So the fact that he pretty much forecasted that for me, I was like, okay, this is interesting. And since like Namor and Black Panther have they have murder beef, like they really do not like each other. So it's going to be interesting to see how they change it up, where Namor is brought into as an antagonist, but there's no T'Challa around to fight him.
I just saw someone literally messaged me about the whole MCU thing, and they said the new name for the MCU is the Multiverse Saga. That's what they're calling it now, the Multiverse. But
I mean, look, if they can't recast Black Panther, just leave it aside for now. Like, at some point, I think there's somebody that'll come around to doing it, but I think doing this is like kind of disrespectful to someone that has passed away. Yeah, you're like blatantly you're advertising the passing of this actor to promote your film. And then you're using his Twitter account on top of it. I cannot believe it. And it's like people are just completely blind to it.
The whole marketing of this film is, hey, Chadwick Boseman died. You want to honor his memory, don't you? Well, go see this movie because he's dead. They even painted him a mural like Biggie Smalls in New York City. Just painting a mural on the side of the road. It's like, oh yeah. They might as well just put Biggie Smalls in the trailer music. Why'd they use Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah, exactly. Keep it classic. I would support that.
This should use Tupac. That would be great.
But any final thoughts on this? Because we can be here talking all day about all this.
Comic-Con's
trash. Best part of Comic-Con. The best part of Comic-Con, Ozzy Osbourne there, he signed autographs at 72 years old. That's it. Fuck them.
If they wanted to go like full emotional pandering, they should have used Tupac's "I Am Mad at You," but only use the piano version for like extra like feel.
Oh, that'd be cool.
My boy Zach Hall daring people to come at him. Come at me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That I will say that didn't work well for that rapper that unfortunately got murdered.
Literally,
5 minutes.
The dude was like, "Come at me, bro! I'm here right now." And they got shot. Like, what the fuck you think is gonna happen?
That's crazy.
Listen, man,
and it's like
I
have a hard time feeling sorry for that.
I don't care.
It's like you kind of.
I like the Joker said, I like him better when he was dead.
Yeah, please don't.
I like him better when he was dead.
I am cult classic Cage. I do not co-sign to anything that has just transpired in this current conversation. Please do not take down my channel. Thank you.
Jack Nicholson is an amazing actor.
Okay.
All right.
Let us move on. So, all right. So this is a big issue that's been going on. PlayStation shit keeps getting like hacked or leaked, I should say. And people at first thought it was strictly in regards to Naughty Dog because Naughty Dog shit keep getting leaked out. And they thought it was maybe someone that was an intern or something working at Naughty Dog. But then also the situation with the God of War event that they were going to have, that came out. And that was a big situation in its own right. But people at this point are basically thinking that Sony has a serious issue where Sony's recent first-party leaks stem from a security breach, and more leaks are incoming. And insiders do confirm this. So I'm going to play this video real quick, which they do discuss the situation.
I don't know. But one thing I'll say, Sony may have a little bit of an issue, a security problem.
No.
Yeah. No, seriously. I think they have a little bit of a security problem. I've been getting offers for more stuff.
Oh.
It's like, hey, you want this stuff? And do you want this stuff? And do you want this stuff? I'm like, oh, how much is there? They're like, yep, there's a lot. And
this stuff
maybe
this stuff
some
seems to have happened relatively recently too. So obviously someone got hold of something in the last month or two. And it's really
there might be, I don't know, I might be looking at getting some stuff from an angry Greek fellow that is dabbling in Norse mythology at some point. I don't know.
Well, there you go.
So they're saying that basically there's more out there in regards to God of War. So I know my homie BitCloud Gaming, shout out to BitCloud, he was saying, what if these leakers essentially end up leaking the last part or the most crucial part to God of War, Ragnarok, coming out fairly shortly.
Oh well,
that's a serious issue. That's definitely a problem, especially if Sony they manage to access all of Sony's upcoming first party titles. I'm personally am concerned, but also I'm kind of thinking this on the good side, because at the end of the day, I'm a libertarian and I don't trust no motherfucking companies or nothing, even in regards to government. I think this could potentially, in one way, be kind of a good thing, whereas it kind of keeps Sony honest, because Sony, they've been funny in regards to the way they've been marketing stuff lately, and maybe this will keep them more open to the gaming community so that they don't repeat what happened with The Last of Us Part 1, where they don't show gameplay and throw players for a loop with what they're expecting when they say modernized gameplay. I mean, what do you guys think of this current situation that Sony could potentially be dealing with at this point?
Hey,
well, the way I see it, Sony stole all your shit, all your movies and video games that you bought on the Sony Pass. So now they're gonna get their shit stolen too. So how do you like them now?
Yikes! I mean, but this affects gamers that are highly anticipating the game. It's not like they're leaking. It's not like they're putting the whole game on PC for people to go emulate it. No, that's not happening. Though that would be fucking insane. It's more so potentially leakers could end up spoiling an entire game that people have been looking forward to since 2018.
But what if the game is trash and you're just trying to save those people from $70?
I highly doubt
people are gonna dive. They're gonna dive. They're too. It's too important.
No, I'll say, this hasn't happened. I mean, obviously, we had a situation that happened with the network during the PS3 era, but in regards to ever since Sean Layden has stepped down and Jim Ryan has taken his place, there's a lot that's been going wrong with PlayStation, and this is probably the biggest glaring issue that has occurred with him being the president at this time. So they need to make some changes. They need to do something. They need to get a hold of each of their top studios and get them to just reconfigure all of their security, because clearly there's something happening amongst all of these dev teams where information for their top games keep getting leaked to the public, and it's ruining the momentum of their upcoming titles.
Yeah, they have to do something. This is very, very serious. If this is the case, man, oh my God, imagine how many more controversies are coming down the line.
Well, Sony has had issues with hacks for years now. Because remember, it's like what 5 years ago they had like a major hack within like the movie division as well. Like emails were getting leaked out. Like like Seth Rogen and Adam Sandler were involved and stuff like that. So this has been an issue for like a large number of years. So someone's been hacking Sony just kind of indiscriminately for a while, and they haven't figured out how to stop it. So I don't know. Maybe somebody needs to hire a new security tech team there because they're clearly not doing their job.
Yeah, definitely. There's something wrong, and it does have to be addressed. But at the same time, Sony, if you can't at least try to be as pro-consumer as you were during last generation, and don't get me wrong, PS4 generation wasn't perfect by any means, but they have moved away from being pro-consumer in some ways that shocks me. And in some ways, I expect it because, I mean, the PS3 era exists, and we have history on you motherfuckers, but you guys really need to change your ways because people are there when it comes to these hackers, it's like the Wild Wild West. If they feel wronged, who knows what they're gonna do. But I think that Sony definitely they need to be more pro-consumer, be more honest with their community, because when they're not, or when they're trying to withhold some information, this shit is happening. And on top of it too, they definitely need to get these leaks under control, whatever it takes, whatever the issue is. People seem to think that they don't even know what it is. I don't know, but I don't think Sony knows either because they're still dealing with it. Oz, what do you think about this current situation with all these leaks and people thinking that it's a potential security breach in Sony and about the possibility that
if there's a will,
games...
there's a will, there's a way,
Yeah, that's true.
They should, they should, maybe they'll walk on eggshells now. They'll watch what the fuck Sony says or does,
Yeah, but they, like I said, I see this in two different ways. But I do obviously see the bad way. Like I was just saying that the ending of God of War can get leaked out. And then, how fucked is that going to be for all the people that, like you, that are highly anticipating the game?
Well, I guess I'm going to pay $70.
You look for any excuse not to drop anything. It's like, I'll wait for God of War Ragnarok to come to Game Pass sooner or later.
They saved me $70. Game Pass, boy.
Yo, you are, I swear. So you wouldn't buy the game if the ending got leaked for you?
Oh, I want to buy it. It's over already. Done. Why would I buy it?
But you go out of your way to watch endings for games when they just come out.
Fuck it.
And then you
almost
fuck up and spoil it for everyone else. You're kind of infamous for this shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're welcome. I saved you money. Welcome. I saved you money.
You got Dre over
here.
Nah,
I probably be honest. No, I'll be honest with you. I probably would still buy it anyway. Fuck it.
I mean, it's definitely gonna be a fun game. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a fun game. I think we can all come down to that conclusion. But
it's the best PlayStation game I've ever played. So,
damn, that's saying a lot. Okay, you guys have any final thoughts on this potential issue that it's going on?
Not at all.
Yeah, right. Give rid of Jim Ryan.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't disagree. I definitely.
He looks gay. Get rid of him.
I don't care about how he looks. I care about he's an idiot. And he's from the top of toast. That's gross. You a sick individual.
Right?
You nasty.
Word.
I don't know what's more dead. I don't know what's more dead, his eye or his personality. I'm just saying.
Man, he got a T-Mac eye? That's crazy. All right.
He got a dead eye.
Quick little slightly unrelated note. The city of San Francisco just announced a national emergency or a local emergency due to monkeypox. And you're not supposed to draw any conclusions to that whatsoever, or else you'll get your accounts nuked. So just throw that out there.
All right. Well, that means we can't talk about the monkeypox. Okay, guys. Last thing I want is to get nuked here. Though I think I definitely will, given how this has been going.
Hey, we're the monkeys. We're looking around.
Why the monkeys? So it's like,
yeah, pretty much. But moving on to the next topic. And I wish Gat was here. I'm sure that he's having some issues on his front because I know he loves like old school Star Wars and the older Star Wars games. But the game, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, known as KOTOR, is in development hell, and apparently that's because. So you don't care at all? Not at all interested?
Next story.
So, thanks.
Is anybody here interested in playing the game at some point?
Nah.
No, it's not. Delete.
I don't care.
Delete.
So I mean, I guess this is a topic for me. Okay, I was interested in playing the game, but now the game has been shelved. So now I'm gonna have to mod the old game and play it on my PC. But
I've had plenty
of the gift of violin.
Don't care plus didn't ask plus ratio.
Star Wars. Who gives a shit this summer?
like I don't care. I don't care.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it's unfortunate that they gave this game to a company that does ports to like phones to make a remake that's supposed to be a high caliber remake. Then they wondered why apparently when they showed them a gameplay a slice from the game that they're building, it don't look right. And after that, people got fired, and now the game is shelved until further notice.
Hey, Cassie, I'm not sure if you've seen. I'm not sure if you've seen any of the Star Wars movies over the last 5 years, but if you watch them, you already know that Lucasfilm don't give a fuck about Star Wars at this point. So I don't know why you
yeah, listen, if the mouse doesn't give a fuck, why should I? Fuck that.
Oh my god! But look, KOTOR is a game that was made before Disney even owned Star Wars, so I think that's why a lot of Star Wars fans were interested in the Shut the fuck up, Mickey Mouse! But I think that's why
you Star Wars fans have hope, and that's the problem. Like y'all should have lost that shit like 2015, like.
something Doxxing, something. Okay, here we go.
So I kind of fucked up on this. Apparently, the feminazi bitch that was the writer for the game itself apparently quit the project at some point. So that's at least a semi plus. I mean, I wonder what related written cancer of hers is involved in the project, but that's at least something. I don't know. I guess I have false hope. Dang, Zach said the new Star Wars from Disney is garbage. I have to agree with you, sir. I look. This is why I'm more excited for remakes than anything else. Anything else when it comes to the video games. Lucasfilm and Disney said, "What is this trash? Get the fuck out of here!" And it's crazy that they're saying that because they make trash on a yearly basis and put it out there. So imagine how much worse this KOTOR remake could possibly be. That's crazy.
Be bad. You're DLC the shit out of it too.
Yeah, they'll like sell it to you in parts, like they did the first Hitman game, or I think it was all of them, right? No, the Hitman 1 and 2 on the PS4, they sold it in episodes. It's like they'll sell KOTOR remake in episodes, like Final Fantasy VII
That's
remake.
Okay. That's okay, everybody. It'll just come to Fortnite. Don't worry about it. It'll just come to Fortnite. Don't worry about it. There's your new character skins.
I'm expecting nothing from the KOTOR remake. Hey, I don't blame you. We're putting our hopes and dreams in people that want us to die or just hate our guts entirely. That they constantly look to spit in our face. So, I mean, at this point, I don't blame y'all. So
okay, hold on a second, just real quick. Rancid fan 666 says that now he thinks that I'm boring. Now look, I was gonna let you pass, but then you went and changed your name from Little Buddy Foo Foo, which was actually over. So you went from like a mid-carder to like a jobber real quick. So now you can just go ahead and get banned for all I care.
God damn, you're the Brooklyn Brawler now. Jesus.
Yeah, well, it's over. You're done. Well, I got rid of it.
I mean, you don't fucking get rid of the thing, the most over thing about your gimmick, you moron. now you're back up to fucking Now you're gonna be on fucking main event jobbing to Ricochet, and no one's gonna see.
as he's sucking himself off on camera. Get out of here. Rookie gay. As he's sleeping.
Oh my god, remember that shit came out though? Oh my god.
It'd be like Kane changing his name from Kane to Isaac Yankum. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. The fucking goof. He's like, I like cheese for the fucking Christmas creature. Get out of here.
All right, so what's next?
All right, so we're gonna talk about the new game that's pretty much open beta but sort of pre-release now, called MULTIVERSUS.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Have any of y'all heard of this interesting game that is presented to the gaming community?
The most downloaded fighting game of all time.
That's crazy, man.
All
It
time.
goes to show free to play is the way to go for fighting games. Fighting games are just too niche, I think, at this point to keep them to do a full-on release with multiple season passes. I just don't think that is a model that's gonna fly.
I'm gonna call it now. I won't be surprised if Street Fighter falls through the same suit. Don't be surprised.
I don't think so. I think the last one to cave is going to be Capcom, especially with Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, Capcom are not doing that. There'll still be a barrier of entry for the game.
I mean, look, we got people like Blake out here that and shout out to Blake. They
did that.
Our gate kept homie. This motherfucker bought every motherfucking thing for Street Fighter 5 that he possibly could the exact moment that the bitch dropped in the stores. Period.
Yep.
And ain't nothing that Capcom can do to stop these people from doing this shit. They don't.
The same motherfucker.
Game 50 times. It don't matter. I think Street Fighter will be the last one to cave because I mean, look, we got a lot of Blakes out there.
Yeah, you like to buy Call of Duty fucking DLCs too. Jesus God.
Gotta have all the skins.
But yeah, to get back on topic. So I have played a few matches of MULTIVERSUS myself, and it's definitely fun. The tutorial makes it very easy. It's one of those things that's like easy. It's like
it's
easy
just
to
fun.
play, but it's, it takes some time to master. Right. So it's just they have a nice diverse cast of characters that you can utilize, and it's just like they taken the Brawlhalla way of utilizing the character list. So you have all the characters that's there, but they're locked, and each week they'll
say it's better.
They'll have a means of every week they'll cycle through different characters that people can use for free. If they choose to pay for that character, then they'll have to spend money, or they could just play the game and then earn currency to be able to pay for their character.
Yeah.
I think it's not that hard to do.
No, it seems relatively reasonable considering. But Society, is this a game that's gonna convince you to upgrade from a PS3, even though it's free? I mean, look, you love Scooby-Doo, motherfucker. I mean, like, who doesn't love Scooby-Doo and Shaggy? Scooby's coming eventually. You don't love Tom and Jerry, bro?
Until they put like Hong Kong Phooey and Jabba Jaw and like all those like wacky races.
They might. They're saying, hey, they're saying that Samurai Jack's coming. So.
Yo, son, I would kill. Most people don't really remember Hong Kong Phooey like that. I love Hong Kong Phooey. I would kill for that shit to be in the game.
They said Fred Flintstone's coming too.
Oh my god, what is he gonna do? Throw his fucking rock bowling ball?
Bowling ball. Hell yeah! That's he can run people over his fucking car.
What is Twinkle Toes? What is Twinkle Toes?
Yes, to make that sound too.
Yes. I also want Johnny Quest. I don't care what anybody says. We must have Johnny Quest in.
Dude, Space Ghost.
Oh my god.
You gotta go fucking Korak.
I'm scared. I'm scared. Top Cat.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. We
Yogi
need all
Bear.
the Hanna-Barbera.
I want Yogi Bear smacking people with picnic baskets. Let's do it.
Oh my god. Let's go get ourselves a picnic basket.
I put like secret squirrel in this bitch.
Yes.
Secret squirrel.
Secret squirrel. He's still holding us.
I could dig it. All these characters are better than all the newer characters. Yes.
Yes.
Better times.
Johnny
Better
Bravo.
times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, there's so
Dexter.
many. It's scary how many
Josie and the
characters.
Pussycat.
Oh God, no. No,
Josie and the
Jabberjaw.
Jabberjaw.
Jabberjaw, yeah.
Oh, speed buggy. Yes, I would love to be
Yeah,
a
the
car
fucking
that just
car.
runs people the fuck over.
If they'll fuck around, put the Harlem Globetrotters in this game.
You know what's hilarious? So Ninth Pixel actually said that. I was like, you know what? I'd be down. I mean, would you rather have the Harlem Globetrotters or fucking what's his name that they put in the game? Not Michael Jordan.
Not
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like
Inspector Gadget. Yeah.
at this point, I'm convinced that WB couldn't afford Michael Jordan because they had to settle for not Michael Jordan. So.
Oh yeah, they got that other guy. He sucks.
They could have added Kobe Bryant, give him like his own little like airplane and shit.
No, Bugs Bunny has that.
Too soon, bros. Too fucking soon.
No.
That's bad.
Well.
I mean, it was a helicopter, but I guess close enough, right?
Yeah.
It's in the air, or was in the air.
It was at one
we're
point in the air.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I guess he was
You know,
balling.
Kobe Bryant was the player that got me into basketball. as a kid.
That's what happens when you're such an asshole. You can't just drive to a fucking basketball game like normal people. You gotta fucking fly a helicopter in a goddamn fog at 9 in the morning.
Why are we laughing about this? I do not co-sign any of this shit. Kobe Bryant was my dude. I will always love and respect Kobe Bryant.
How old was you, Kobe? I'm sorry.
Oh
Fuck up.
Yes, please apologize. Please apologize.
Shaquille O'Neal is the one with 3 Finals MVPs, not Kobe. So
yeah. He's
yes.
like, I did it.
We also stand Shaq. They could have put Shaq in this bitch. Why would you choose not Michael Jordan over Shaq, bro? Love Shaq. If you don't love Shaq, something's wrong with you.
Oh, they could put Shaq in this game. He could be Steel. He's still Superman.
I don't know if that's a property that Warner Brothers could utilize.
It's a Steel Superman. He's Superman.
They ain't gonna put someone that they have to actually get the rights to over characters they already own the rights to, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so far I like the game.
Wait a second. He's on to something. So, looking at the movie, it was distributed by Warner Brothers.
Yeah. I'm a Marvel Universes. I'm gonna be in the game now.
He's like, can you dig it? Like,
sponsored by Papa John's and Old Days.
They're gonna get fucking Shaquille O'Neal as Steel and put him in the movie.
I mean, I would rather have any of that over not Michael Jordan. It's disappointing we have not Michael Jordan. I refuse to give him a name. Okay.
Just real quick, what is this Steven Universe bullshit, and why is this shit popular?
I don't know. It's stupid.
I heard that apparently the creator is a really fat person that managed to get attention, I guess, for being fat, and that's how everyone apparently thinks Steven Universe is a big deal now.
You gotta put Ed and Eddie in this. Come on now.
Any old school Cartoon Network, I'm down for it. But yeah, I think that the one detriment is the fact that they have Steven Universe characters in it. Complete fucking garbage. The fact that you would put those characters in there over the regular show. Come on. Mordecai and Rigby. That's disappointing. Yeah, I could dig it. That needs to be in there. But I played as Superman. Yeah. I played as Superman and Wonder Woman. That's the characters that I have unlocked, and I enjoy playing them. I'm working on unlocking other characters, but overall the game feels really good in terms of the mechanics. For some reason, I'm winning, and with fighting games, that never happens. So something is clearly wrong. But I mean, hey, I'll go with it while as long as it's fun. So hey, I'm enjoying.
And for the most part, the voice acting is actually very good. For a few characters, actually, there are some characters that do suck, but for the most part, the voice acting actually is very good.
Yeah, I like how the characters have like interactions with each other. It isn't like it isn't just they have like a catchphrase. Like they'll actually like say something to another character. Yeah, and it's pretty cool.
I was being Taz, and Taz called Batman Bat Lips. That was pretty funny.
Oh my god.
He's like, "Next try Bat Lips."
Yeah, and when you team up with Wonder Woman and Superman, like Superman's like, "Come on, Diana, let's go." Like, you know, like I forget exactly what he said, but it's cool. It's like, hey, let's take these dudes out. Like it adds like a little extra touch to it that like Smash Bros doesn't have. And people are saying that they think this game is better than Smash Bros. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
How you feel about that, TJ? No, I think TJ's.
I was muted. Yeah. So the beauty of this game is that you could tell they took their time with it, and just to add to the point of the characters having dialogue with each other. Obviously, they took that from the Mortal Kombat and the Injustice games, where the characters would say something that was particular to those two fighting. So the fact that those interactions to the game, it just adds certain nuances to the game that Nintendo and Super Smash Brothers doesn't have in their game. So I do think that there's certain subtleties that make this just unique enough to where the comparison won't be so blatant. So yeah, it's definitely a good game. I recommend anybody that has means to load it and play it, get your hands on it and give it a try.
Yeah, I think it's on like every platform just about. Is it Switch or no?
Not on Switch.
Yeah, I don't think it's on Switch.
It's on everything else but the Switch, but it is free to play. I give it a thumbs up from what I played so far. I played the previous beta too. That was fun. And hey, why not give it a try? Like I said, it is free to play. So I think everyone that's played it seems to be liking it. So that's awesome. And it's very popular. I think the free to play model for fighting games is something that should be looked into at this point, because you can't argue the results. People are definitely downloading the shit out of this game.
Yeah, because I mean, when you're talking about, hey, we're gonna turn GTA 6 woke, isn't that gonna be great, guys? And then people go like, yeah, you know what? I'd rather just play Among Us, because at least you guys can't fit any social justice bullshit into that game. So yeah, I'll go play this fucking $5 video game and then play this for hours rather than play your stupid bullshit you charge me $70 for.
I mean, yeah, you do bring on a good point, but we're getting to GTA, but there is just one more thing that we need to discuss before.
Yeah, what's next?
All right, so Riot Games completely screwed the pooch.
Oh, so this is the story that made you famous this week, isn't it?
Yeah, that and GTA, crazy enough, yeah. Thanks, Riot Games. You know, what can I say? You guys are pieces of shit, and it helped me out. You know, I still completely think that you're pieces of shit and you should reverse your decisions. But basically, to go through it, about a month ago on a Discord server with a bunch of stupid ass people, some asshole basically said that teabagging is just as bad as sexual assault. Now, I'm going to continue to just talk about this as assault instead of sexual assault, because I don't know what YouTube's going to do. They're fucking weird. So, yes, they directly link teabagging in a video game, where you kill someone, you walk up to them, walk over them, and simply go down, up, down, up, down, up. They compare that to being on the same level as assault, something that affects men and women, but definitely does affect women at an alarming rate that I wish would, like, this is something that is the worst of the worst.
Real quick, before we get back into the story, this is why, for years, and I know this is going to upset some people, but you need to hear this. This is why women weren't allowed in video games in the first place, because we knew you guys were going to bring up dumb shit like this. we're complaining about teabagging in fucking video games now. Remember like 15 years ago when you could like teabag a person in multiplayer and it would just be fun, you would laugh, and then everyone would just move on with their fucking lives. And now here you guys.
Yes, that's what we did.
Well, sexual assault. It's like, it's a fucking video game. They did it because it was funny, because people laughed. And then here come your fucking emotional ass in here trying to ruin it for everyone else. So now guess what? Now you can't make jokes about trans people in GTA anymore because you motherfuckers are all up in your feelings. This is why we didn't want you here in the first place, because we knew you were going to make it bitch made.
But you know what? Look, I was 14 years old in Call of Duty Modern Warfare lobbies. The least of my worries was getting teabagged. Okay, that was that. I was 14, fighting vocally for my life.
I used to play Killzone 2 back in the PS3 days, and I would shoot someone while they're on the ground lying down like this, waiting for someone to revive them. I would literally teabag them right there in their fucking face until they fucking quit. They went somewhere else because it was funny. People laugh.
And he still does it today because he has a PS3.
It was a good time. But now you're trying to get me to get a PS5 where I can't even teabag anyone anymore. Why would I want to get that shit?
Hey, it goes back to red versus blue. Dip, potato chip.
Because some fucking 200-pound, short, red-haired Landwell was playing Call of Duty. Like, oh my God, is this racist?
But to continue the story, because that's the first part of it. That's what spawned this like debate on social media about how bad is teabagging really, in which like actual gamers, I'm convinced, were actually like, yeah, this is teabagging is just a joke. It's something to laugh at. It's not fucking serious. Like, stop the bullshit. And so now, come a few weeks later, two individuals who, mind you, are female pro players for the game Valorant, and that's a game that's made by Riot Games. They came out and didn't actually teabag anyone, but they discussed that basically it is wrong to compare teabagging to assault. They don't equate in any way, shape, or form. And because they came out and talked about this, Riot Games has banned them, one for 3 months and one for 9 months from the pro leagues or whatever is going on over there. So at this point, it's like, this is the fucking clown world. You seriously banned two females of all things for this shit. Are you kidding me? I literally was pissed. I was fucking infuriated hearing about this shit. And basically Riot Games has gotten backlash, but I think they deserve even more. So at this point, Riot is just dumb.
This is why you gatekeep the hell out of your fucking, whatever your space is, whatever your hobby is, gatekeep the shit out of it. Because if you let these people come over, they're going to take it over and they're going to fucking ruin it. So when they knock on your door and be like, hey, let us in, we want to be a part, shoot at them. Shoot at them until they get off your fucking lawn and drive away. Do not let those people anywhere near anything that you love whatsoever. They will fucking destroy it.
It's true.
But this is a major gaming company. I mean, like League of Legends and Valorant are some of the two most popular games out there. It's always like in the top 10 streamed.
It doesn't matter if the people who you're hiring are woke fucking progressive ideologues. It's going to happen to every single company. And most of them, the majority of the major companies, the major video game companies right now are all run by these fucking people. These people who are 35 years old, they still go to Disneyland by themselves with no fucking kids just so they can wear the fucking dumb mouse ears and shit like that. And they have little Twitter accounts with their pronoun bios and how many shots from Pfizer they got. And then they get a little bit of control and then they can start power tripping and you get bullshit like this. This is why they want to complain about gatekeeping. Yeah, we want to keep people like you out.
Yeah, and here's the worst part about it. So not only did Riot Games ban these two females for literally doing nothing except saying basically you should take assault more seriously, because equating it to teabagging it shows that you don't take it seriously. And mind you, Riot Games in the past, not very long ago, about a year ago, was dealing with assault allegations within their own company. So it kind of goes to show how seriously you took that shit. But what makes it even worse is the fact that not only did Riot Games essentially ban them for one for 3 months, one for 9 months, but they also doxed their names too. While like making these tweets, they literally put their full names out there, and it's just like, are you guys fucking kidding me? Like, this is a company that is entrusted with the names of many people who I'm sure do transactions and all sorts of shit through their websites or their games. How do you think that this is even okay is fucking beyond me.
Because they're upset. And in their minds, as long as they're upset, then anything's okay.
Yes,
and that's the society that we've created. And PlayStation Gamer made a great point, by the way. He said that Riot Games is in Seattle. It's like, oh yeah, what did you expect?
Dawn. So I didn't want to actually get an article and discuss it because unfortunately some of these articles out here have doxed the names when of these individuals when they asked not to do this shit. But I thought this GIF was hilarious of Dawn, one of the people that have been banned, actually having in real life footage of teabagging someone. So
yeah, he's absolutely
it's the best for time. He got a bald head.
A damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything
you guys have to add to this? Like, I think this is.
But there is some glimmering hope there. You said League of Legends and Valorant. There's one glimmer of hope. They're all coming to Game Pass, baby.
Yeah, this is why I play retro shit. This is why I still play like shit.
They're coming to Game Pass, baby. Who cares? They're coming to Game Pass.
No Future said so they banned bagging too. Pretty much, yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, like Modern Warfare 2 lobbies broke some of these people, dude. Like some of these people just couldn't fucking hang, and then they literally spent like the next 10 years of their life be like, well, I got called this and that in Modern Warfare 2, so I'm gonna fundamentally change the video game industry so it can be more safe for people like me.
You know, but the thing is, here's the problem. Most of these people that complain about teabagging weren't even here that generation. Most of them came around last generation and thought that they could take control of this space and that they were invited to take control of this space.
Blockbuster.
But these people think that they can come in the gaming space and take control of the gaming space. And what I have to say to these people is, kiss my fucking ass. You're not going to tell me what to do, and you're not going to influence me to stop teabagging anybody. If I feel like teabagging someone, I'm going to fucking do it. And if you don't like it, well, go fuck yourself. It's really plain and simple, straight up like that.
We need to, at some point, it's going to be a breaking point in this country. We need to just start slapping the hell out of some of these people. It's not sensitive. Like, these are people who have clearly never been in a fight at any point in their lives. And these are all people who are well past due for a good old-fashioned ass whooping. I'm not saying you have to take them to the hospital or kill them or anything like that. Just smack the shit out of some of these people. Be like, no, real
quick.
Exactly.
Just one good crack can solve a lot of problems. I'm just saying. I'm living proof of it. You know, I was a bad kid. And I will say that
so many people just need a good old fashioned backhand. You know what I mean? You just want to get your hand like real high and just like go into it like.
Bang, zoom, straight to the moon. That classic saying.
Physically, I'm. What the fuck? Figure say to the face. Slap.
We need to slap the bitch out of some of these people. And that's what we need to do. So many people got bitch.
Look, at the end, when it boils down to it all, if you do not like the gaming space, fucking leave. Leave. You do not have any influence here. Sooner or later, that's going to be apparent because there's only so far that this can go. People can't really be out here saying that teabagging is the same as real life assault and this shit actually stick. There's no fucking way. You people are mentally insane.
I said, gatekeep these people out. Everything they say is a fucking Trojan horse. Because 10 years ago, it was, hey, well, we just want to be a part of the community too. We just want to be in. Let us in the gaming sphere. We like playing video games. Strong. And then you let them in. And then 10 years later, oh my god, I'm actually being assaulted in this virtual game. It's like, how?
Hold my drink, bitch. Metric bitch.
Oh my god. Yeah, but TJ, you got anything to say about this, or you're just disgusted by this absolute stupidity?
Hey man, I don't support anything Riot Games does, so this just substantiates and it proves that they're a garbage company. So no, I don't have anything else. That's it. The trash.
Yeah, the trash. Next.
One good backhand and then one good front hand, just to make sure that they know that you were serious about the backhand.
Exactly. And look, I will say this: teabagging has been a part of gaming for years, and even one of my favorite games that I play on a daily basis, Splitgate, they have a game mode with teabagging is encouraged. Like basically, it's like what's the game mode where you get the dog tags in Call of Duty? It's the same thing. You kill somebody. Yeah. There's a teabag, you teabag them, and then you get the teabag, and then you score. So
hey, that's the best kind of teabagging when you do actually score.
Right. So I encourage teabagging in gaming.
I encourage it too. Teabag some more. All gamers should protest against this shit by teabagging in every fucking multiplayer game that you guys start playing. All right, so tonight,
here's what you do. Here's what you do. If they're getting mad at teabagging, this is what you do. Instead of teabagging, you go prone, and then you get really, really close to their face. You start breathing in their face, breathing right in front of their fucking dead body, and then we'll start doing that. That'll be the next new trend.
Just rub your groin. Rub your groin all over their dead face. That sounds about right.
Just whisper into your ears, my balls are out. Just walk away.
Yeah.
What are you doing? My balls are out. And walk away.
Yes. If anybody wants to if anyone wants to do me a favor tonight, go out there in your multiplayer games and teabag somebody. Please do that. I will appreciate you so much. And let me know the results. If you get some hate mail, even better. I love hate mail.
I'm gonna fucking teabag Bugs Bunny. Fuck that bitch.
All right, guys. So basically,
remember back in the good old days when you used to embarrass someone in video games, and you get that message be like, "Once we won me on Rush, you pussy."
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god, yes. Call of Duty all the time. Motherfuckers would come at me. Oh, 1v1 me. It's like, okay, whatever.
Are you mad, bro?
We're just talking shit to each other like the whole time. Like, bro, gaming is so
fun.
People try to act like gaming isn't supposed to be toxic, but it has always been toxic because it is a competitive space. Okay, like there's things that are off limits where it comes to like threats and actually taking the violent route with this stuff. But at the end of the day, people talk shit in video games. Like if you're not built for it, get the fuck out. That's all I can say. I don't feel bad for you.
Back in the prehistoric years, there were places called arcades, and fights used to break out in arcades. Okay, I've seen a lot of them over Street Fighter 2. A lot of them.
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
fisticuffs.
So if you got a problem with it, fuck off. And when it comes to Riot Games, fuck you.
Exactly. What's next?
All right, so we're at the final topic at this point, which is Rockstar Games, man. It came out that Rockstar Games has just become like everybody else. You know, remember the days where we loved Rockstar because they were counterculture. They were willing to do things other developers weren't. They were different from everyone else. Yeah, those days are over with as far as I'm concerned. Unfortunately, Rockstar has Jason Schreier put out an article, and anybody in the gaming community typically knows of Jason Schreier. He has insider knowledge, and when he does put out an article from insiders, it's facts. It just is what it is. Like, I would like to think that it isn't, because I think that Jason Schreier is kind of a dick face, and the way that he wrote this article is kind of like snobbish as fuck. You know what? Let's just. I just want to read the tweets first because it came off as so fucking snobby that it honestly pissed me off.
I was gonna say, before you read the tweets, I just wanted to let you know this is why you don't have hope, because how many years have you been begging and pleading for a GTA 6 game? Well, now you're gonna get it. Do you still want it now?
I mean,
No.
if it sucks, then no. The thing is,
and then
it's
what's
like
gonna happen is this game's gonna suck, so everyone's just gonna keep playing GTA 5. And then they're going to get mad that people are choosing GTA 5 over GTA 6. So then they're going to be like, we need to shut down the GTA 5 server so people can play GTA 6. It's only going to piss off more people. So that's pretty much how this is going to roll out for the next 2 years.
Well, we have to see, like the thing is, to me, I think that if the story, let's just get into this and then we'll kind of...
See, I understand what you're saying, but you have to understand at this point, these people do not deserve the benefit of the doubt. Like they don't even deserve if the story's good or if the gameplay. No, we know exactly what they're going to do, and they're telling you months ahead. This is exactly what it's going to look like. So it's like they have not earned your benefit of the doubt. You don't deserve to give them the benefit of the doubt at this point.
Yeah. So I mean, this is Jason Schreier. He has insider knowledge. He's a games journalist that clearly, in my opinion, I really do think that he hates gamers. He always has like these snob remarks, and he's genuinely happy by this news and happy to break this news. But he said Rockstar has spent the last 4 years overhauling its culture and working to become a kinder, more progressive company. But what does that actually look like? And what does it mean for the company's next game, Grand Theft Auto 6, my latest feature? And I'm not, first off, Bloomberg, you can look at an article once and then you can't look at it anymore because they actually want you to subscribe and pay for their garbage ass service. So I'm not going to bother reading that article. It's a waste of time anyway. The main details are here. He said Rockstar's overhaul started in 2018 when staff called out its culture of crunch, bullying, and frat house antics. The company has ousted managers accused of abuse and promised to cut down on overtime. One employee calls it a boys' club transformed into a real company. Rockstar removed.
I was going to say, so the company sounded like a place that normies would actually love to work, playing video games and fucking around and goofing off and having fun and shit. Then a bunch of fucking red-haired fucking land whales came in and they didn't fit in. So it's like, oh, we got to Me Too all these people out of here because this isn't progressive enough for me.
Damn. Well, yeah, pretty much. Rockstar removed transphobic jokes from the most recent release of GTA 5 and quietly canceled an online mode called Cops and Crooks after the George Floyd protests. Grand Theft Auto 5 will have a female Latina protagonist. Don't you just cringe when a fucking a super duper white dude says Latina?
Oh, and by the way, she will be gay too. 1,000%. You can put it in the bank. She's going to be gay as well.
Yeah, basically, Latina protagonist, the first playable woman in modern Rockstar history. Production of Grand Theft Auto 6 has been slower than expected, largely due to the pandemic, but also due to these changes. Yeah, the fact that you probably downgraded your workforce to shittier people. I'm just saying.
Watch the female protagonist look like a fucking lesbian Brazilian MMA fighter. Watch that.
Can we give her? God. Can we give her a sex change? That'd be hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Anyway, as employees grow accustomed to working at this new Rockstar, but many say morale is higher than ever and that the cultural changes are well worth it. This rare look inside Rockstar Games and development of Grand Theft Auto 6 is based on interviews from more than 20 people who either work there or left very recently. Yeah, basically, what the issue is that the main people that made Rockstar what it is are gone now. You don't have these people anymore. And because of that, I wholeheartedly believe, and I've said this for months because I knew that this was a thing, but I wholeheartedly believe that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be the most lackluster release of Grand Theft Auto because they just aren't going to push the envelope. And I think the fact that they're picking and choosing who to make jokes about because of what is deemed acceptable and what is deemed not, means that you do value other people more than some others. That's just the reality of it. So that's some bigoted shit, bro.
exactly what happened is that these woke progressive land whales who took over, they got rid of all the good people because they probably wanted to inject some bullshit into the game that no one with IQ over 100 would ever want to put into a fucking GTA game. So it's like, okay, they won't let us do what we want to do, so let's go get rid of these people. So let's go make some allegations about bullying and being racist and toxic and whatnot, get rid of all these people. That way we can get the game that we want, which is the game that none of the gamers are actually going to want. But hey, the media will just call those people instant foes, so that way we'll still pretend like we're a massive success, even though we fundamentally ruined this company. And by the way, I just tweeted, as you said, that make Rockstar toxic again. That's exactly what we need.
Yeah, I see it right here. I agree. I want toxic Rockstar because that's what makes entertaining content.
Yep.
Like everything is not going to appeal to everyone. Like people say derogatory terms about Hispanics, and that exists. But guess what? I'm not gonna let that shit bother me. I mean, I may tell someone to go fuck themselves, but like there's something that's gonna make everyone, that's gonna bother someone. And I just don't think that we should have to pick and choose what groups of people can be made fun of and which groups of people can't. The fact that they took out some trans jokes from GTA 5 because, well, you can't make fun of the alphabet community. Nah, to me that's not acceptable. And look at Dave Chappelle, man. Like people are attacking Dave Chappelle when really he jokes about everyone. But for some reason, this community of people is off limits. Then guess what? Comedy is going to be dead if people follow that, because if they say, oh, look, you can't make fun of this group. Well, this group's going to be like, well, you can't make fun of us either. Oh, well, you can't make fun of us either. Well, guess what? You guys are all bigots because, well, you're picking and choosing who you can and can't make fun of. Everyone, look, I need to be able to laugh. Even at shit.
These people need to be checked, and these people have not been checked up to this point. We've let them get their way. Every single instance, every single argument, every single complaint, we've let them get their way time after time again. So they think that they're just in a position where they can just tell everyone what to do with no repercussions whatsoever, because no one has checked them yet up to this point. So until we as a society start checking these people and checking them hard, they're going to keep pulling this shit over and over again until it just gets to a breaking point where people be like, you know what? Fuck you, fuck your feelings. I'm done with this shit. We're not doing shit your way anymore. If you're gonna get upset about it, so fucking what?
Yeah, I agree. Oz, do you have anything to say about this? Were you interested in GTA 6 or?
I was interested in it, but like what they did to fucking Red Dead 2, they pretty much fucking killed that game.
Yeah,
they killed their own game. That's sad because that's actually a good game, and they'd really dropped the ball with that badly.
Yeah.
And they keep supporting 5. And it just they're gonna DLC the shit out of it. There's gonna be battle passes. There's gonna be a battle pass. There's DLC. So they're going to. And they're gonna find any way to make more fucking money than the fucking Galaxy. And it's sad. It's just sad.
Like I said, we're talking about fucking Grand Theft Auto. We're literally talking about a video game where you shoot people, kill people, burn them alive, run them over with cars, all kinds of like vile shit you can do in a video game. But we're upset about trans jokes.
You could take a tank and run it down the fucking street and shoot everything. I mean, come on, really?
Yeah, TJ, how do you feel about this more progressive Rockstar that's going to, essentially be more how do I say they're going to monitor what they say and what is deemed acceptable and not for this new Grand Theft Auto?
Well, you already know my stance on Rockstar games is that I don't care about any of their games, but I will say that I knew that something was going wrong when I believe it's Dan Houser, who's like the co-founder of Rockstar, left due to quote-unquote creative differences. So clearly there's something going on with the environment within Rockstar where even the man that helped start the company decided to leave. Like, you don't take a franchise as big as Grand Theft Auto, which is guaranteed $1 billion in terms of sales, and you leave that on the table there's a clear reason why this is happening. So obviously whatever's going on there is something negative, and he wanted nothing to do with it, and he decided to step down and say, look, I'll let my brother take care of the rest of this, and I'll just go about my day and invest in the new whatever else he's doing. But essentially them changing up what GTA is and taking away freedoms that everybody has within the games, especially the prior games. Yeah, it's not cool at all. So, hopefully people see what's on the writing is on the wall, and maybe the sales will reflect that the changes that they've made are not to their benefit at all.
Oz, you were gonna say something?
I would be okay to the point where they just stop doing stories and just make it a straight MMO. Fuck it. That's what they wanted to do anyway.
Yeah.
Just say fuck it. Because five online makes more money than a damn campaign anyway. So fuck it. Just make it an MMO.
But here's the thing. I think you're onto something, but I did pose this reality. Does Rockstar really care if the story part of GTA 6 is good? Because if it's not good, it'll just push people to jump on the online and buy shark cards and battle passes and all sorts of bullshit anyway. So if the story fucking sucks balls, I don't think that they give a fuck.
They want you in that multiplayer as fast as possible. That's why they want that story to suck.
Yeah, it's like, well, let's just appeal to progressive, loony ideology that's like the ultra fucking like boring shit when it comes to entertainment. Things that go down this route become boring, and it's destroying the fun factor of some games out here. That's just the reality of it. The part about GTA that people love about it, even if it's like raunchy, even if it's extra, is the fact that it is like off rails. They will do and say things like that people don't expect, and people are just like, oh shit, like it is different from everything else. Now Rockstar has come out and said that we want to be the same and we want to be inclusive, and they want to give all of this woke, like they want to go woke. And it's like, look, people are saying, oh, just because the main protagonist is a Latin or I'm just gonna say Hispanic female, oh, that means it's woke. It's like, no. The studio itself is changing its entire way of thinking. They're basically saying the way they thought before and what created these games, the way that they were, the way that people like them, is being changed entirely. So the studio itself is woke, and it's being reflected in the next GTA, because guess what? It's not going to be as entertaining. The fun factor is going to be depreciated. That's just what it is. That's how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm. But then next will take away the guns.
Remember a few years ago when they were making, what was it, Mortal Kombat 11, and they made a big stink about how they have to cover up the female characters because they don't want to encourage the male gaze in a video game where you're literally ripping somebody's hearts out and shoving it down their own throats. It's like, yeah, we have this ultra violent video game, but let's not have boobs in the game because that's a step too far. This is how these people think, and for some reason, we're just letting them run everything, and we're wondering why. We were sitting here wondering why everything is going to shit.
Yeah. So the PlayStation gamers asking, do you guys think Naughty Dog is woke? So I believe that Naughty Dog. So here's my personal belief. I think that Naughty Dog, like a lot of their people, do embrace like woke ideology. They like Anita Sarkeesian. And it goes to show that they're willing to side with like these people that are insufferable over gamers. And I think that in regards to The Last of Us Part 2, I don't necessarily think the game itself is woke. I just think that they just showed that they dislike their fans and chose to spit in the face of their fans. And decided to literally fracture their community on purpose because they admitted the game is going to be divisive. Then were upset when people were mad that the game was divisive. That's what I feel about it. I don't know if you guys want to add anything to that, but that's my personal thoughts on Naughty Dog and their bullshit. But
I think they are.
But let's this talk about the other things that have come out about this this upcoming Grand Theft Auto, things that are more like game mechanic related. So they're saying the report also indicates that the launch version of GTA 6 will begin with fictionalized Miami and surrounding areas, presumably the return of Vice City, but will be updated with new missions and cities on a regular basis. That launch version apparently already includes more interior locations than any GTA game previously. Per the report, the game is codenamed Project Americas due to the original plan that included huge territories based on North and South America, a plan that was scrapped in part to reduce crunch for employees. So here's the thing. They're saying that the single player is going to include like things that you would expect in multiplayer, and they're downscaling the fucking game, the scope of the game.
That has MMO written all over it.
Yeah, I mean, they clearly seem like they are making a transition, that they're showing less care for story in terms of how the story is going to be delivered and just the story existing in the first place. That's how I feel about it.
It's not that they're showing less care for story. These are unqualified people who don't have the ability to tell a good story. They fired all the good people. All the people who actually knew what they were doing, they kicked them out of the company because they were being mean to them. So now they're in control, but they don't know the first thing about fucking storytelling or world building or how to make a good game. They just wanted it to be woke and progressive. So it's like, oh yeah, we're going to make the main character a lesbian woman, and that's going to be progress. What about the rest of the game? What? That's what it is now.
Yeah, and the one positive I can say is that they are returning to Vice City. I think that's interesting. And also, they did say that there's more interior locations in this game than any other GTA game previously. So, I mean, in terms of that, I think those are positives. But yeah, like they scrapped part of the game due to reduce crunch for the employees. So it's like either that, like basically they're saying they're getting rid of this shit entirely, or the game would probably take another 10 years to come out. So I just think that they're fucking up.
It's MMO, man. They're making an MMO. I wouldn't be surprised that story's gonna be quick, like short as hell, and they're gonna get a whole bunch of backlash, right? They're gonna get a whole bunch of backlash, like, oh, it's okay, everybody, because you know why? We're free to play now. That's why, and everybody's gonna be like, oh, yay, and everybody's gonna go fucking download it and kiss their ass.
Are you saying the online is going to be free to play? Or are you saying GTA itself is going to be free?
No, no. Just the online, and that's when they're going to get everybody to come back and spend all their fucking shark cards and have battle passes up the ass. Oh yeah.
I think Naughty Dog is bold enough to sell that game at $70, the whole thing, and then it will still sell fucking millions upon millions of copies, and then charge you up the ass for everything. And mostly shit that's recycled probably from GTA 5, but looks slightly better because, well, it's not. It's Rockstar. Did I say Naughty Dog?
But like I said,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did.
My bad.
Yeah,
Rockstar.
But like I said, they're going to be forced into it. Like they're going to have to fucking do it because nobody's going to buy this piece of shit.
No, people are going to buy it. I think people are like society said, like, this game is DOA, and I'm just like, hold on, the game is not DOA. The name will sell no matter what. You have to understand that most gamers, the mass majority of people who play video games, aren't involved in the gaming community, aren't involved in the nitty gritty when it comes down to it. Most of them don't give a fuck about any of these details. They see GTA 6, they will pre-order it. That's all it boils down to. The game is going to sell. I don't think it's going to sell nearly as much as GTA 5, but it is definitely going to sell more than just about any other game that's going to come out this generation, period. So definitely do not jump to conclusions on that because it will definitely sell. It's just that people are going to buy it and people are going to say, wow, this wasn't that good.
But you know what half these companies and like fucking Epic Games and all that, you know what they're making more money on than physical games? Digital content.
Oh yeah.
Digital content. As long as they get you inside that fucking door and get you sit down and play their game, that's all that matters. Because they're going to get you with short cards and season pass.
But you have to understand, Rockstar knows that people will pay just about any price presented to them to get past that door. They know that, and they take full advantage of that. That's why it's like whenever a new game comes out from Rockstar, even if there's a sale, that price is still expensive as fuck. Like Red Dead, you cannot get Red Dead for under $30. Red Dead 2 for under $30, no matter where you go, because when it comes down to it, they know that people will pay that price, despite the game having been out for many years. That's just, they know. That's why they're very stingy.
You know how crazy
most
they are?
gamers don't care.
I just had a thought. Don't be surprised if they separate this game from multiplayer and single player mode, and they charge everybody $70 for that campaign and make the multiplayer fucking free. Don't be surprised. It'll be a shitty fucking campaign. I can see them doing that. I can see them doing that.
I guess it's kind of one of those things. Depends on how they designed it, because it seems like they want to incorporate the single player into the multiplayer, at least in some aspect. It seems like they kind of want to make it feel like the same thing, because they're saying, at least judging from this, like the single player is going to be updated with different shit, constantly. So it seems as though these things are going to be, to some extent, or molded together.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Despite them knowing, so let's read this. Sources say that developers on the game are skeptical about predictions for a launch between April 2023 and March 2024 due to multiple changes on the team and bottlenecks in production. Some developers are even said to have quit due to lack of progress on the game recently. Developers on the team reportedly expect the game to be at least 2 years away, and say that no firm release date has been set internally. However, much of the report focuses on progressive changes at Rockstar in recent years, including a more inclusive office culture, a focus on reducing crunch, a removal of abusive managers, conversions and contractors into full-time employees, a restructure to improve working conditions. Morale is said to be higher at the company as a result. And one source said Rockstar was all right. So we're getting into repeats, but I mean, in some instances, like, look, you can't abuse your employees in terms of like forcing them to work like 90 hours a week and shit like that. Like, I totally get that. But they don't even know when this game is fucking coming out. And one of the big reasons why is because they threw a bunch of people away, or people are walking away from the project because, well, of these issues. And it's weird because they're saying people are walking away from the development team, but they're also saying that things are better in Anchor in terms of workplace morale. Is that the case, or is it just depending on what political side you're on? Like, that's what it sounds like to me. They know what are these people walking away because they know that the game is going to be shit? I don't know, but there's definitely a lot of question marks here and cause to be concerned. At least what I think. Do you guys want to say anything?
Like I said, I don't disagree with anything that you guys said as far as this goes. Like I said, I'm not totally surprised given everything that's happened. All I can say is that this is exactly why, after years of begging for games like Bad Company 3, another Killzone 4, I mean, technically you could say Shadowfall's Killzone 4, but I don't think of it that way. But there's a waiting, like, hey, when they're ever going to bring like these type of games out? It's like, now that I know the people who are running these game corporations, these major companies now, it's like, know what, save it. I don't want it. I'd rather just play what I have, because I know you guys are going to find a way to screw it up, and I'd rather you guys just not screw it up from the jump, and then do it and basically give bullshit like this. So
yeah. TJ or Oz have anything to add to this?
It's sad. It's sad the money has fallen. It's just sad. Like, this game was the most controversial games of all time, and the most successful game in the history of video gaming.
Because of their controversy. Their controversy.
Yeah, they made
every GTA release is so controversial, and with that, immense amounts of sales and success.
It was a full immersive escape that you could do whatever the fuck you wanted to do, whenever the fuck you wanted to do it. If you want to punch a hooker in the face and throw her off the ocean, you could. You really could. I mean, it could. But it's just like it's that immersion that would make this game so fucking cool. I mean, if you want to be a drug lord, you could. You do anything you want to. It's like the taboo of doing what the fuck you wanted to do.
Exactly.
And it's just they're trying to discipline their fans. Like, oh, you guys can't be adults anymore.
Want to
it's not cool to be an
people
adult anymore.
They want to browbeat the people that they sell product to. It's just like, bro, you guys created this shit. At the end of the day, you said it's your fault. You decided to create it because it brought you an immense amount of success. Now, Rockstar, like many other companies, that have all bent the knee, now they're bending the knee and saying all this stuff in the past is bad. But you guys are still a company that fucking made it, though. So why don't you just disband Rockstar? If you really believe the shit that you say, disband Rockstar. Rockstar is guilty of doing what they think is the most evil of evil. And I'm not talking about all the mass murdering that goes on in GTA games, but no, making fun of fucking certain groups of people that you're not allowed to. If you really believe this shit, disband the company. It's like they want their cake and want to eat it too. It just doesn't work that way. I wish more people would come up for it. Yeah, if you really believe in what you say, I'm just saying, prove it. Prove it. You can't just say this shit now.
Just end the game. Yeah. If you're gonna water it down to literally nothing, don't even make the fucking game. Don't do it.
Yeah. And it's like people say all the time, like, why are you pandering such a small minority of the population? Because that small minority of the population are the ones running the company, and that's why they pander to them. They're pandering to themselves. And people don't understand like how much. Like, there's not a lot of them, but they're in positions of power, and that's why you're seeing it. Like, even look at Marvel. Like, why do you think you're getting so many LGBTQ characters in Marvel now? Why? Because the showrunners in that community. The executives are in that community. All the people behind the scenes pulling the strings are in that community. That's why you're getting it shoved down your throat.
Yeah. BC says they're trying so hard to impress the wrong type of people that don't play video games or buy them for that matter. It's true. Stop appealing to people that don't want your fucking game. Appeal to the people that have been there multiple generations and have literally supported you, and they want what they want. Support the people that buy your fucking product instead of spitting in their face and telling them that they're evil.
It's like I'm sorry, everybody. Not everything is meant for everybody. Not everybody's supposed to play fucking video games. You're not supposed to like what everybody's supposed to like. It's just the way it is. Either you like it or you fuck off.
Yep. And that's the thing. It's like people want to say, oh, we want to make gaming so inclusive. And it's like, I get that, but gaming is not for every fucking buddy. All right?
No.
Either you can get with this hobby, or if you can't, then you gotta fucking leave. You can't just come in here and change things because you don't like it. If you don't like it, then don't fucking be here. Mm-hmm. It's that simple. Mm-hmm. We don't want you if you want to fuck up our space. That's why gatekeep what you value and hold dear to you.
Yep.
But
gatekeep your community like you gatekeep your home with a shotgun out on the front porch.
Yeah.
Spencer out here saying he got to fix things. Spencer gonna make some changes. He's gonna make things better. I appreciate you, Spencer. Yes, you can have a bro hug. All right.
Hell to the king, baby. Hell to the king.
Fucking Twitch coins.
Oh, that's right. That's a DLC hug, you bastard. Pay extra for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Spencer said that's why I think the rhetoric should be reframed from gaming and comics, whatever is for everyone, to gaming, comics, whatever is for anyone. Yeah, it's for anyone that actually likes the hobby. If you don't like the fucking hobby, then don't engage in the hobby.
Gaming for everyone, unless you're a bitch. That's what it should be.
I'm sorry. Just because you play a game on your fucking cell phone doesn't mean you're a fucking gamer. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh, we bringing up a whole debate. Are cell phone gamers though?
No, they're not. Fuck out of here.
No.
I mean,
sorry, wine moms. You're not a gamer.
My mom good at Pac-Man though. On the phone.
Yeah, her too.
Okay, you know what? Hold on. My mom's in the 50s and 60s. They're okay. They're all right. They don't know any better. But fucking new kids coming up, go fuck yourselves.
But,
no
I play Candy Crush. I'm a gamer.
But cell phone games are an easy way for a mass majority of people to access games. Everyone has a cell phone these days, right? I mean, I don't game on a cell phone.
I mean, well, when it comes to the not even just modern games, but a lot of things in general, I'm just ready to fucking toss these people out like Jazzy J from the Fresh Prince. Have them go,
Damn, yeah, that's the throwback right there. Yeah,
you're gonna fucking toss them like Mario did Bowser, Mario 64. Not the fucking arena. Get out of here, swinging around, bitch.
Look, man, if a cell phone gamer is about keeping games the way they should be, then I'd rather side with a cell phone gamer than some of these fucking assholes who started gaming on a PlayStation just last generation and think that that gaming should change to meet their fucking feelings. Okay, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
everybody
guys,
has a fucking opinion.
Any final thoughts on this discussion?
Sad.
I think we've ranted on enough.
Yeah, it's just disappointing. I think
fuck
more
cell
than
phone
anything.
games.
Oh my god! More than anything, we're just disappointed that it has come to this. It is the end of an era. The one company that we put all our hope into to stay true to their values, to the core of what Grand Theft Auto is, they have caved. They have caved. Not
just an era; it's a lifestyle. Like, what happened to the '90s when everything was to the fucking extreme? That's gone, dude. That's gone.
Yeah, it's disappointing. But at this point, guys, we are coming close to the end of the show.
We're not there yet. I thought we were already on the end.
Well, it's close to the end, but the important part is, society. Do you have anything to promote?
Yes, I like to have the box on there where it's like just me and nobody else because I'm narcissistic. So
oh my god,
like, do that for me really quick.
Oh, I fucked it up.
This guy.
How does one do this? Here we go.
You had one job. You had one job, Cassie.
There
one job. There he is. Looking at sexy bastard.
I gotta carry this podcast for like the second week in a row.
Sexual chocolate, everybody. Sexual chocolate.
You gotta do what you gotta do. So tomorrow night we're doing the Barroom podcast. It'll be myself, Cassie, and a bunch of other strangers you'll probably meet for the first time. I know Josh will be there, a few others. Spencer's open to join, but he never does because he's doing whatever it is he's doing. I don't know, setting cats on fire or something. But we're gonna be talking about Phase 5 and Phase 6 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in its great detail. So that's gonna be nauseating. We'll talk about GTA 6 in a little bit more detail as well. Actress Sydney Sweeney, who by her own grandparents' admission has the best breasts in Hollywood, says she's too broke to work as an actress. We'll talk about that. Obi-Wan Kenobi is gay now for some reason, so that's a thing. And then we'll talk about the Rings of Power being $1 billion disaster. So that's tomorrow, Barroom podcast. Saturday, we're going to be watching The Frighteners on Twitch and on Twitter as well. So that's going to be a movie night. And then movie review night, Monday night, myself, Rob, Rick, Matt, we're going to be talking about the film Vengeance and the film Not Okay. So those are a few things that I'll show for the podcast. And then in 3 weeks, I'm going to Vegas. So maybe I'll see some of you people who aren't broke. And
he's not going to Vegas. You got to play the slots.
No, I tell people all the time when I go to Vegas.
Did you cut him off?
Bring me back, damn it. Over here trying to play it off like you did it on accident. We know you.
I kind of did. I'm not gonna lie. See, you shouldn't have made me had to do that because I didn't know how to get you out of that.
I can't believe I made you have to control your own podcast. Like, I don't know.
Yes. You were telling me how to do it, and you should have just let me do what I wanted to do in the first place. Damn it.
She's like, damn it, Vince is gone. I want to try to be him like him now. I'm just gonna pull the cord on you.
Damn. Dre said, great show. Definitely enjoyed it. We'll be following you all. Well, Society is the only one that has something to follow. Oz, do you want to say anything to
you fucking ass clowns? I have Twitter. Just just type in Ozzknot. I have PSN. That's pretty much it.
Oh my god. Which is what is your PSN name?
It's Ozzknot 1987. Yeah.
1980 what?
3. That's right. I'm old. Fuck you.
Yeah, he's an old motherfucker.
I'm an old bitch.
I might end up accidentally kicking you out as well. We shall see.
Yeah, baby, I like it, bro. I like it, bro.
And TJ, have you finally decided to engage in social media at all?
Nope, still no social media.
Is there anything you would like to tell your glorious fans that you're developing over here on Cult Classic Cage Show?
Just stay tuned to the show. Maybe the next time I pop up, I might have something that you can follow and subscribe to. But as of right now, nothing right now. But appreciate everybody for tuning in and interacting with us and enjoying the topics and everything. So that's all I have.
I got you, fam. But yeah, I do really appreciate everybody who did tune in. I appreciate you guys on the panel. It's freaking awesome. Like, I love to talk to people that you can have real conversations with and not have to fucking beat around the bush just because, so I do appreciate you guys. If you haven't, please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. We're definitely planning to do this more often. So I did 2REAL4FEELS, the first podcast this week, even though it's supposed to be every other week. Now, if there's not that much news next week, I might just have it go to the following week. I'm still just trying to figure this whole thing out. So if you guys, please stay patient with me. I'm definitely going to be continuing the podcast, and hopefully we'll continue to have some awesome guests on here. Sorry, you have fun. You have fun. Come on. It's cool.
You did it, really.
Yeah, you laughed, you son of a bitch. You laughed.
I mean, we literally bullshit. It's mad casual. Why wouldn't you like it?
We cried.
The best part of the show was little bunny foo-foo, and you know it. So I don't know why we're sitting over here. Was it Ricochet stuck in his dick? That was my best part. Oh yeah, right.
Lewis, what's up, you?
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Well, someone did. That's kind of like the go-to thing these days, from what I heard.
Yeah, her name was Chrissy Hemme.
Oh my God, BC said, "See you on the next stream." Yes, see you on the bar room. Yes, I'll definitely be there. The bar room is definitely a lot of fun, and apparently, eat shit. I guess he's talking to you, Society. You guys kind of got this beef going on still. But yeah, guys, if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. I upload my own videos. I'm doing this podcast. I will definitely, if you want to stay updated, the best place to follow me is on Twitter. I definitely update and let everyone know what's going on there. So Cult Classic Cage on Twitter. I play video games on Twitch, so you can definitely catch me there as well if you just want to hang out, that casual. Most of the time it's just me, so if you're looking forward to one of these awesome dudes hanging out too, it's kind of rare. Sometimes they be around, but it's mad chill. So yeah, guys, this is number 1 of 2REAL4FEELS podcast. Do you guys like the podcast? The panel themselves, do you like the format? How is this? Yeah, damn. Well, I tried. Okay, I tried. Isn't that
be that one guy?
You like it, Oz?
You gotta get a new person.
You like
I think it's okay.
Okay, so that at least gets rid of society's opinion. So your opinion's gone.
Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
Fuck you.
See, I'm the white guy.
TJ,
so my opinion
do you
matters
like
more.
it as well? Do you think that this content is better than anything else on the market right now, sir?
I just want to know where the money is. That's all I know. That's all I know.
That's what I'm trying to find out too. I'm trying to figure that out as well.
I ain't coming back unless it's paid.
I need money.
I mean, money.
Oh my God. Well, yeah. Guess what? I would love to see some of that money as well too. So if you guys know anything, please give me some information on that. But I'm here for fun. That's what's important to me. And TW dropped in. What's good, bro? What are you shitting on that I like now? And where is the 60s movie night? Okay.
And 50s.
Yes, and 50s as well. You still owe us that, man.
I vote for Demi. I vote for Demi Does Dallas. It's a classic.
My God. Yeah. Damn. Apparently, society. It's not real beef. You just deserve it because you are Society Reviews.
It's still
Where's
real
the
to be
beef?
All right, guys. So
go.
that brings us to the end of the podcast. I really hope you all enjoyed it. We will be back again, and hopefully more interesting shit comes out, good or bad. We will be talking about it. And yeah, guys, with all that being said, we are out. Peace.
All right,
Fuck you all. Fuck you.